Hey, not bad. Not bad at all. Good good on the fly. Well done for us. Suimitsu. Hello everyone, hello. Happy Friday. It's been a while. For Friday, that is. Hope everybody's doing well. I don't really know how we want to start this one tonight. But what I was thinking... Oh, I'm setting up Windows 11. I love Will. Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking we talk about the playthrough a little. Because I didn't really get to close out on that. You know, it's been 3 weeks. I think I've emotionally gotten over where we left off. Or I'd like to think. We can give more cohesive thoughts here. Turn this down a little. It's a good balance. You hear the music, but still hear me. Hello. That's better. Cool. Yeah, I forgot to turn it down once we finish the intro. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Did you have fun? I thought this was a very fun playthrough. I'm very happy with how the remake came out. I know we were talking about this. You can see my cursor. Yes. I think they did a stellar job. I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. There were a couple little like polish things I think they could have done, but otherwise, I don't know. I couldn't have asked for too much more. Passing the torch to you for P4R, I'll do you proud. You can have it if you want. I don't want it. I'm never doing one of these again. I'll look forward to it. That'll be fun. I got a nice Canada Dry here. A nice Canada Dry. Steam only has one in them like this, yeah. I don't want to do a year-long playthrough ever again. It'll probably happen again, though. The games will get longer. Candidates Rye. Have room for one spin-off? We might. Here's the list. What the fuck? Who are these? Oh, it's Kay and Miko. It's Kay and Miko. It's not. I haven't played Portable. I've read about this link. I don't know anything about this link. This link is crazy. This is one of the craziest social links ever. But it seems nice. She seems nice. And this is Theo. Funny guy. However. This is not our tier list. There's this funny button here that I like, that I discovered right before we were doing the Xenoblade 2 tier list. And I ended up forgetting to use it for that, but that's okay, because I only had to add like 3 things to that. I just went back and did it after. But we're going to utilize it very strongly today. And I am about to, you know, that, is it a drill tweet, or is it just like a random tweet where someone's like turning my dial and looking back at the crowd for approval or whatever, like slowly turning the dial and looking back to see what the vibe is. I have broken this up into like circles of like how deep do we want to go on this. But these are the non-negotiables, I think. These are going on the list. This is circle 1. These are a good, like, almost 2 rows of characters here. We're adding all these on. And some of them are kind of small or hard to tell. I'll tell you what they are as we get to them. This right here is Blue Scrunchy. But we'll explain them as we get in. That's Winkly, if you can't tell. But we'll go down the line eventually. But this is what I've worked on. And once we finish this, I'll see if we want to do any more. Because there are some stupid ones that I was like, well, maybe someone will want me to put them in. Let's see. Where's the Antique Shop Baddie? Well, she's just on the list. Where is she? Hold on. He's up here. Hello? Oh, I'm on the stream screen. Right here. She didn't have a... Did she? She did have a portrait. I guess they just didn't put her on this one. For whatever reason. I don't know what's up with that. Weird list. I might have a use for these. The original portraits. I might have a use for them. I was thinking we might rank the... Sorry. Still getting over a cough. I was thinking we might rank the Theurgies. I think that could be fun. I wanted to talk about those. And we could use like the old to represent the level 1 and like the new to represent the level 2 or something. I don't know. Something to do for us. And there is a right order for those. I think so. I think they're pretty... they're pretty easily ranked, I think. But this is a tall list. I don't really know how we want to start it. But I think we'll do what I like to do. This is how I like to tackle these bigger lists. Do like a buffer. And then we kind of categorize it. So we'll do C's. We'll do them last. That's where the money is, kind of. That's the interesting stuff, I'm sure. And yes, I'm putting him up here. He's as much a character as them. Let's do links. Oh, I like the both of them. We'll do... I'm gonna do like plot. That's how I'm gonna put this one. Because I want to kind of just put them all into a tier. Where? There's Liz. Igor wasn't on this. Isn't that crazy? I had to put him on myself. He's not here, right? They've like forgot him. Stupid. Easier though. And I guess you count. And teachers. Well, we can do... You know what? Let's do this. Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous. Anybody... That's a book, right? Does anyone remember Miscellaneous? Is that a book, or is that the subtitle of a book's, like, in a series? There's some children's book I remember reading as a kid, and it's where I learned the word miscellaneous. And it was about some character who was like, who's miscellaneous? Snack a gap. Alright, this is us. And then, stupid. I'm gonna call it bit. That way we can ignore the like big wall of this. I like this song. This is the P3 dancing credits theme. This is Cleo and this is Hamburger. Let's put all the pets together. No. Winkly. And so this. Anyone know who this is? Or who this is supposed to be? Can anybody like a guess? Kenneth Arnold! This is Boss from Job. I feel like he was enough of a guy that I wanted to put him on here. He was almost in Circle 2. But Boss from Job, I think, made it to Circle 1. He was a lively character. Hello, Spruzino! Yeah. So, we can save you guys for later. Actually, no, that'd be... It looks like the armband, you see. That's it, that's... Excuse me, thanks for coming. We've done well. Doubting if half of these are real. You just gotta use your eyes and your ears. We'll make this orange. Alright, so how do we want to start this? I think this is a good springboard to talk about the playthrough. So, I think that's fine. We could start with miscellaneous, because they're kind of nothing. Except they're not, though. Like, half of them are down here. They're not nothing at all. This is the only nothing. Maybe this guy. We didn't talk to this guy that much. I think P3 has... Let's see. I think the good teachers are really good. And the rest are so nothing. I think it does have some of the strongest teachers in the series, though. Oh yeah, the finale is 8 hours, Kingo. I think it's still my longest stream. The Yosuke teacher, is that this guy? The good teachers are... I'm saying her because I like her. These are the 5. Akota sucks, but he is, like, effective, is what I'm trying to say about him. These 3 are nothing. She's hot. I loved doing Edogawa lectures. Eventually, so I did not settle on a voice for him at first, but eventually it became an almost like a Mr. Burns type voice, which I thought was funny. Not really intentionally, it just like became that, and it was fun to just like babble for like an hour as him, and I find him entertaining. I know we're a little split in the middle around these parts. I love this guy. I think he's stupid, but like, I don't know. His lectures are actually entertaining to me. I like hearing him go on about stuff. And I also think it's just funny to imagine that like these kids are in class to learn something, and this guy is just here to tell them a bunch of like pseudoscience, like nonsense that they don't want to hear. And I liked that Aigis and Yukari liked his classes. It was funny. Aigis because she just genuinely liked it, and Yukari because she heard this like pseudo medicine, like she was really into all that. So he rules. Toriumi's awesome. I love her attitude. I think that I guess was her favorite student. But in like a this girl is so lost and needs help kind of way. Like a lost lamb that she just wanted to help out. She should be in links, but we didn't really do her link. So I'm fine doing it like this. But it doesn't really matter. She was fun. I wish we had done her link. I kind of regret that. She started becoming more of a character later on. And I was like, dang. Oh well. But she's cool. I like her. Good teacher. Oh no, sick. I love his lectures. I like his, what do you call this kind of helmet? I love his obsession with the Sengoku. I think it's a funny bit. And I'm interested in hearing what he talks about. I like his lectures. Ekota sucks, but I think we had fun with him. He's such a jerk. But I think you need a teacher like that. And he does a good job of it. Remember how he got assassinated? They replaced him with a fake Ekota. Potentially. We don't really know. The Kirijo group can do that. And then Teruuchi is just... she's funny. That's all. I just think she's funny. I don't care about these three. I hated doing this voice. I hated doing this voice. Why did I decide on that voice? The worst thing ever. This guy, I thought I was gonna have fun with. Oh, he has a red tie. I thought I was gonna have fun with him as like a smooth talking, like just like teacher that's like popular with the students, but like I don't know. I thought that was the vibe he was giving off. But he showed up like twice. So I was like, yeah, this guy sucks kinda. What does he even teach? Show where the characters now. You just see some punks beating someone with a baseball bat. Really? Alright, we'll put him in D. We're putting him down. We're putting you down. Above. You might get C. You're getting C for hot. Principal is nothing. You don't even need to be on this list. I'm putting you in like A. This is all going to balance out. This is how we do lists around here. It scales. It scales in due time. He sucks, but he's good. Toriumi, we'll just place now. I like her. I was very proud of this title. Science teacher and Ekota. You know? Which one's science teach? Is she science teach? Oh yeah, she is actually. No, I don't think they do. That'd be kind of funny though. Alright, they do. Oh, she's funny. Miscellaneous. That's what she is. Alright, these three. Kurosawa rules. Cool character. I like him a lot. There wasn't really much in this playthrough other than playing himself, but I just think he's a cool character. It's funny that he supports the gang and he just like doesn't really ask many questions. He just knows something's up. Yeah. He's kind of like a father figure to Akihiko. I don't know if that's like real or not, or if it's literally just like, oh yeah, he's Liam O'Brien. But he gives off that almost like a father figure vibe in those links. And he eventually does become a like character in his story arc in the sequel stuff, which I think is kind of cool. But yeah, he's a cool guy. I like him. Put him somewhere around here for now. Shopkeeper baddie, hilarious. Her dialogue is so annoying. I'm glad they got to keep Michelle around for something. And it was funny how we always got trapped in that room. Because I really truly did feel trapped. Because I wanted to... I wanted to hear what she was saying every time. I was literally like entranced. She was going on about nonsense. I'm thinking like... I think this is good. Baked a cake? I can't keep up with that. Yeah, this seems apt. Seems apt. What the heck? I want you guys to know also, I truly have not thought too much about what my ranking is going to be at the end of this. I really came into this kind of unprepared. I won't lie. I threw together this layout. And I think it came out good for something thrown together. I had the idea for the background a while ago, but I couldn't make it big enough, so I had to find some kind of like filler. This bottom right section is the most important part for literally like only anybody who gets it. And otherwise it's just nothing, kinda. But I made these things in the top right today. I threw them together. I thought it'd be kind of fun. And the bottom left is just to fill in space. So I think for something low effort, it came out pretty well. Oh, I like the song. This guy was kind of nothing. He's raw though. Look at him. I think I'll put him like here. He's very cool. That's it. I don't know if things ever work out for him. I doubt it. Doesn't seem like the type. It's not worth shopping for like medicine. The end of the game, yeah, but like throughout the game, it's like, no. You get enough collectibles that you just pick up anyway. What about Fuuka's friend now? She's nice. I like that she's friends with Fuuka. Never shopped there either. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I felt like I needed to. Or like sometimes I think I was like forcing myself to, I should say. Because I thought I wasn't like using them enough. But I could have gotten away with not going there as often as I did. Let's see. She's like a real character, real enough. I'll give her like a B. She's mean at the start. And she doesn't really like appear throughout the story is the thing. I think she could be up here if she like did more. But she kind of just exists to like give Fuuka closure in her arc. Which I've always said is one of like the weaker ones, but I appreciate it more on this playthrough. It's definitely probably I mean, we'll talk about that when we get to Fuuka maybe, but I do think it is probably the weakest character arc. Presentation-wise, I guess. It is meaningful, and it is good for her. But that's kind of just the whole point of this character. It's staying past that introductory arc. Who else? Also, I think she does go to Fuuka's streams every now and then. Like, not all the time. She pops in every now and then. And I think that makes her happy. I think she's happy about that. Yo! You imagine Fuuka going, yo! Let's take a peek. See here. Let's do some. We want to do some links, maybe. I don't know how to tackle these because they're like. Do I tackle them now or later? Plot will do at the end, right before C's, I would say. Let's do links, bits, plot, C's. I think that works. And let's do the links that we really didn't engage with much. There's Mamoru. There's Maya. There is... Oh, how did I put you here? I mean, it's true, but like... Not really. How'd you end up there? Where is Odagiri? Oh, there he is. Okay, and then ones we didn't finish, I would say Kaz. Ushimi. That's it, right? But these two, even though we didn't finish them, they are crucial characters, so... I think it's fine that we didn't finish Kaz. I think it's good. I think these two characters are enhanced by not having done their links. Does that make sense? Because they were still constant presences. And I think that's powerful for them. Yes, I'm upset about him. I really did want to do his link, and he was like around at the beginning. Like he was up here with all of them. And he just fell off. He's the only one that we fell off of. Like truly. That's the one I'm most disappointed about. I never intended to do the Mamoru link. That little tidbit we got was perfect. Amazing. I wouldn't have it any other way. And then Maya, I just never wanted to do free time wise. If we had played the game smarter, absolutely. But we did not. I wasted a lot of time at the beginning. I did not have it together. I'm not good at managing my time in these games. We traded her in for boss, and that's fine. Look what we got out of it. He made it on. He made it on the list. We still had Miss Toriumi. So I'll put Maya up there like with her, but like not really. It's weird. I don't really know how to put her. I don't know how to rank her because like obviously I know what she is. But we'll just do this for now. Yo, the song. Did Maya bring Toriumi down? No, I don't think Maya did anything wrong. So I don't think that warrants bringing her down. I believe in propping characters up rather than dragging them down, unless she did something egregious. Unless she had this voice, like if I had committed to like doing this voice for Maya, then maybe I would bring Maya down or something, or Toriumi down, you know, something like that. But that's why you're in D. This guy looks like Sakamoto. I'm putting him up. The tier lists don't matter, guys. It's just a backdrop for me to talk about things. Mamoru, he's really funny. He's pretty cool. Is that what it was that King said? Mamoru's pretty cool. That one moment was honestly so funny. I still can't put the character that high, but I'm putting him in B just for that. I'm putting him in B just for that. Like, he would be down here somewhere for having not done him. Odagiri, I'm bummed about. I think we had a good thing going. Very much like a season 1 character, I would define him as. He was really excited for Mario Galaxy 2 to come out. And I hope he got to play it. And I think he did. Yeah, I will probably like prioritize it next time I play this game. If that ever happens again. I would like to. I would like to think there'll be a next time. Because, I don't know, he seems cool. I liked his performance from what we saw. Yeah, it's such a thing we go for. And I think it's always good. Character really likes blank console and blank game on it. Especially because this playthrough was like a period piece. Like, we were trying to place the timeline the whole time. Mario Galaxy 2. He liked the Nintendo Wii. I'd put him like, I don't know, over here somewhere. This is gonna have to really be balanced, I think. This does not look anything like what it's gonna look like. Kaz is up here at the moment. What a funny character. Loved having him around. What a funny bit. The world's most brittle man. I loved having him as like a... He's like a reliable character to just have in the classroom where I'm like looking for something to just look at and make fun of. You know? Very rarely would he be at the forefront of what we're doing, but I could always turn around and see Kaz in the back of the class and be like, what's Kaz up to these days? We did half of his link, and that's all we needed to do. I think the part we left off at was like when he got back from the hospital or something. I don't know, there was a point in the middle of the playthrough where everybody thought he died. I remember Spruzino, Junpei, and Kenji being like, rest in peace, man. He was a good guy. He was one of the boys. He just didn't come to school that day. They were like, he finally bit the bullet. Poor Kaz. What a funny guy. Glass bones, paper skin. He was in the Yuko link a lot too, which I think is funny. I know Kenji would bring him up a lot. I like Class F. They really do feel like a class. And I do like that we have a lot of like direct classmates as social links. I think that's cool. I know Yuko's not like in our class, but she's in our year. Oh, that's true, yeah. Another super funny character. I'm putting her right there. Fusimi, just like Kaz. Just a funny character to like, sounds mean, point and laugh at. A good comic relief, I think. The idea of not doing her Link was like kind of the joke. But the Fushimi wall is so funny. Where she stands in the school is so funny. Because you have to walk past her every time. Every time I go down those stairs that I go down, gotta walk past her. Justice for Fushimi. Now, Fushimi's Link I have seen. Oh, that I didn't even pick up on it. Fushimi's Link we did when we did our P3 playthrough. And in the old version of the game, the romances are forced. And Fushimi is such a character archetype that I don't really like. So I didn't really like her Link. And that's why I have a little bit of an aversion to her, or why I wasn't like so gung-ho about like finishing her Link as opposed to some others. But I thought it was funny as the playthrough went on to just be like, what if we just didn't do it? What if that was the joke with her? And the amount of times we bumped into her, like out on a walk or something, I thought was really funny. And Ken and Koromaru spending that, like... When was that? When did they spend time with her? Where were we? Oh, when we went to Kyoto. That's what it was. Ken and Koromaru bonding with her, I thought was really funny. That was all Kingo. So good work with Fushimi. Because I liked that fun direction for her and little Kenneth and little Koromaru here. And they read Berserk. But good for her. Great Link. I think in the context of the playthrough, however, this is going to sound crazy. I'm going to put him here. Still very high, but he can't beat them. Now, if we're talking quality of the Link, yes. Yeah, easily. Where is he? Yeah, definitely. But just like right here. Great performance by the VA on this Link. Very heartfelt. Obviously, you know, going into it, if it's not your first time playing the game and you kind of like know where it's going, you're kind of ready for it. But, just like a, you know, really sad Link. Really fits well with the themes of the game. And it's a wonderful little story. And I'm a sucker for a picture book or like a children's book. I think that's always like a sweet kind of direction to take a character. And I don't know, maybe there's a reference to his book somewhere else in the timeline at some point. I won't ruin that if you don't know, but maybe it's out there somewhere. One would hope. We got the manuscript. Let's go to Miscellaneous. By Miscellaneous. Does anybody know the book? Somebody find it for me. Gourmet Goat. Put him here for a sec. Where do we put him? This was, of all the links in this game, this was the one I most wanted to do, having not done it before. Or if we did, like, I didn't remember. Like, I didn't remember how it went. It is insane. It is, yeah, no, it's a crazy direction. They did do a good job casting him, though. I thought he had a pretty funny performance. I am gonna put him in like a B, I think. Not the best. Not the best link. It was still, we did it. We finished it. And it was funny sometimes. There was one part where we said the agent was like a CP9 guy. They gave off that like vibe. Like there's like an assassin in his link. But yeah, he didn't really do much. I didn't really do much with him. I was just kind of yeah, I mean like did we do an "oh my stomach" joke? I feel like we did his link right in the sweet spot where I wouldn't have been like going there. It was too early when we started it, and then when we finished it, I don't think it was like the iron wasn't hot at the time. Talking about season 3. That's right. I do remember that. Season of the King. That is the most iconic part of that link, I remember. Just when the assassin shows up. But yeah, I don't know. Not the best. You know, irony aside. But I don't know. I think this is still pretty good for him. Pretty good showing to be right up here. He could easily be down there. Mutatsu was great. However, no, I'm putting him bottom of A. His link is great. I like his link a lot. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised we finished him. Because it's actually really easy to finish. I just didn't think we were going to at a certain point in the playthrough because we just weren't interacting with him. So I'm very glad that we did get to finish his link. And we really got to like focus on it towards the end because it was all we had to do. Which I think enhances it because it's I don't know, I think he tells a good story. It's very much about like regret and like wishing you could like go back and fix things or like have a second chance. I think that's pretty compelling. We didn't have too many bits with him or anything, but he did want to create a new Jujutsu society, guys. That was pretty funny. That's all he would say. Unfortunately, that can't carry a character. But I'll give him bottom of A for just like being a very enjoyable link. Oh, huge. I'll put him in S. For what he represents and for who he is. I mean, I don't know. He was crucial to this playthrough. Tanaka, come on. Actually, hold on. He was around every week. He was as much a main character as anyone else. There we go. Oh god, you can see what's coming up? No, you're not supposed to see all that. Usually I have this at the bottom. This is the original version. It's also really small, so I doubt you can read it unless you're squinting. What was it? Yeah. No, even the new voice lines, yeah. I'm going to do it. I mean, that's iconic. But going to watch the show every Sunday felt like such a crucial part of like a lot of the early humor was a big thing in yo. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Nitram, thank you so much. That was a big part of Spruzino's character, which, you know, that's pretty important, but also just the boys and just the general air of the dorm. Doing his link was funny. He sold Spruzino some condoms at one point. I remember that being really funny. Tanaka brand. He sold the bouquet of roses early on. That was a funny item. He sold us the samurai outfit. That was big. The Gintama playthrough. He sold us I think he sold us something on Halloween. I forget what it was. I think he sold us jewelry at one point. Just a funny guy. Just like anytime we walked in and there was a package on the table, I was like, oh man. But his link is great. I love how it ends in the epilogue. They really wrote a whole story for this man. I don't know. It's cool. I like a scumbag with like a... He doesn't even have a heart of gold. He just is a scumbag. He is a scumbag with a moment of conscience. Pretty funny. But I'm putting it up there. Oh, I love Baby. I might put him like here. What a sweetheart. I was so excited to do his link every time. He's so pure. The voice acted Bebe goes insane, honestly. What a glow up. Such a good kid. I'm glad we got him to say peace out. I think that was thanks to chat. You guys convinced me to pick that one, and I'm glad. Because it was funny to hear him say peace out. It's funny. A scrapped bit that I had when we started the playthrough. I don't think this made it very far at all. I think it got inherited actually by another character, and it didn't go very far with that character either. I actually wanted Bebe. When I first saw him, I was like, he's gonna be Spursino's rival. And that didn't stick at all, because he's so lovable. Yeah, if you go back, I think in the session where we start his link, he introduces himself, and then he's like, and my nickname is Citron, which is like the French for lemon. Like, because he looks like a lemon. Like, he has a lemon head. Corn Baby viewing machine. He's wonderful. He almost made me cry. The way his link ends. Or like how it progresses towards the end. But yeah, he's a very, very, very lovable guy. And I was very happy that we did his link. Because I really didn't know going in if it would be, like, interesting. And it is very, like, simplistic. It's a very simple plot. But, yeah. No, it ends. Oh, he's so sweet. And he's my best friend. But yeah, and we finished this really early. And who could forget? Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna put him down too because this counts. And we brought him with us for the whole game. And he was our strongest guy by the end. And he said, I can't even do it. Destroying the peace. That was funny. His stats were higher than anything we had. But I didn't even, like, use him in that way. He wasn't busted. He was just there. He was along for the ride. And I think that's funny. You gotta have a guy like that. He was the Wie. Yeah. We've had a guy like this in, like, all of our Persona playthroughs, I feel. And P4... Well, not really. P4, we didn't really have one like this. Stwabbing. Okay. We didn't really have it. We retroactively had Titan in the answer because of P4. But we always have a stupid guy that we keep around like this. It's funny. I don't know. You gotta have like your un, deux, hoc, trois. Yeah. I took Spanish. But yeah, fun. I forget what his final moveset was. Oh, Maiko. She was nice. I'm gonna put her like here probably. Her link is really funny. Oh, I love Way of Life. Her link was really funny. Whoever they got to do her voice was perfect. I think she was just the idea that she just wanted to run away, and Sprucino was like, "Yeah, all right, sure." Sprucino, so irresponsible during that whole link. Making funny noises, yeah. But when I make the funny noises incorrectly, it's not funny anymore. You gotta make them funny correct. Where is he? He's here. There he is. I'm gonna put her up there with her for a moment. She also gave, like... She gave life to another one of our personas who, like, became a character because of her. And I think they had a bit of... They had, like a Sully and Boo relationship. That's what I, like, kind of imagined it as. Like a Monsters Inc. sort of deal. He used to pack her trail mix. And she wants to marry Sprucino when she grows up. Uh-oh. That's funny. Her parents are stupid. She went into the dark hour. No! Yeah, and we saved her on Halloween. And then we took her trick-or-treating. We took her trick-or-treating in Tartarus because she missed Halloween. The gang all came together to be like, we're tired. We want to leave. Tartarus stinks. However, this little girl missed Halloween. We gotta take her trick-or-treating. They did it for her. And then her memory got wiped anyway. That's what we said happens. And probably what does happen. And he came back for that. Taki Minakata came back for that. I'm putting him up here, I think. Keisuke. Keisuke. What a funny guy. He inherited the bit of what I was gonna make, baby. I'm just putting him here for a sec while we talk about him. Is it a custom Fuuka victory? It was just, yeah, because there's no all-out attack for Fuuka. And there's no all-out attack for this guy. So, I just put something. Again, very thrown together. Keisuke had Thursdays reserved for him. Keisuke Thursday was the most disciplined I was the whole playthrough, I think. And he was kind of Sprucino's rival for a little bit. And Sprucino forgot why over time. It was because at the beginning of the playthrough, we were going on the trajectory that maybe Sprucino Fuuka. And as time went on, I was like, that's not happening. That's definitely not happening because Sprucino went for Yuko and Fuuka likes girls and doesn't like Sprucino like that. So it was never going to happen. So we had to pivot. I think towards the end of the link, they both... He never hated Sprucino, but Sprucino hated him. And there was one point towards the end where they were like, why are we even fighting? And then I think that's when it started to come together for them. And I think by the end, he's one of his most valued friends. And then he flew away on his Mary Poppins umbrella. And he caused havoc. He caused heart attacks wherever he went. Thank you, Keisuke. I do think I'm going to put him probably like here. I think that feels good for him. Yeah, I like that. Art Club was always funny. I thought, like, having Fuuka just in the background there, and then all the, like, Spruzzino hated everybody in that room. Whenever anyone else would talk, he would tell them to shut up. I think there was one time where this, like, random girl was like, wow, Keisuke, what are you gonna do? And Spruzzino, like, flipped out at her. This is about me, Keisuke, and Fuuka Yamagishi. We're the only ones allowed to talk in this room. We're gonna put you like here for now. We'll come back to you. Oh, I like these two. How do I want to rank them? I think they're S. I'm gonna put Gunkichi like... Gunkichi was funny. He just like, we ended off with him pretty early is the thing. But I really do think he goes like here. He got us off to such a funny start, I think. And he remained pretty constant throughout most of the playthrough, I feel. Him ending up in Tartarus gave us a chance to kind of bring him back for a little. Which I was grateful for. But he was a fun grandfather figure for Spruzzino, and they always talked about One Piece, because he sold all kinds of books. And he would read One Piece, and it was another funny period piece, where we got to be like, oh yeah, Marineford, guys, huh? That's what was happening at this time. And then he pulled out a gun for talking bad about his wife. And that just became a part of his character going forward. He became a man with a shotgun. And then there was the hilarious session, I feel. I think this was the first moment where I was like, yes, yes. Where there was the session where Akihiko kept like alluding to having keys to a car, and we were all like, what are you talking about? You don't have a car. And he was like, let's go to Tartarus, guys, I got the keys. It was like, shut up, Akihiko, you don't have a car, you're injured, you're not going to Tartarus. And then we did the part of the link where Bunkichi was like, where'd the keys go? And it was this dead son's keys. and then I liked to imagine it cuts to Akihiko outside the store, like waving to Spruzzino, and he like disappears. Akihiko was a ghost. Is that it, Pixel? Link it in Discord. I want to check it out later. That was a really funny moment. And it was also when Bebe showed up. Bebe brought in the dropped wallet. But that felt like a real, like, brick joke. That felt like a sitcom, like, introduce this thing at the beginning of an episode, like, repeat the joke a couple times, and then closure on the joke at the end. Like, it was perfect. Really funny. Yeah, and then he came back for Tartarus. He was the first one to end up in Tartarus. I didn't know about that mechanic. And so it really caught me off guard, and I thought it was funny. And he was in there fighting the shadows like Doomslayer with his shotgun. And he befriended most of C's before they wiped his memory, I think. I think he gave Fuuka a pep talk. Because Fuuka was at like peak anxiety back then. I remember I was in peak. Fuuka is an anxious character. And I think she went on an upwards trajectory after that. I think Shinji was around for that. I don't recall. I think he would have been. But he bonded with C's. He became like the 10th member for a little bit. Until their tearful goodbye. Kenji. Let's see. Funny guy. Kenji End. First of all, the fact that I was able to finish off with Kenji End made me so happy. It came around. His link is very dumb. Very entertaining though. Really funny just for the absurdity of it. I would say more so than this one. And I think it's really funny that we got to work at Wild Duck Burger with him. That felt like a nice episode for him. It felt like we got a Kenji episode when Kenji was just like a side character up to that point, kind of. Him, Spruzzino, and Ryoji just like chilling, eating burgers, and like cleaning tables. But I'm thinking if we put him anywhere in Tama playthrough, yeah, I guess. Very, very sitcom energy. I'm thinking probably like here. I'll still give him A. He's a good character to have around, but his link is not great. It's very funny though. And his epilogue was funny. And he was Claude. Alright, do we talk about Yuko yet? Or do we wait? I think we talk about her now. Where am I gonna put her? Let's put her here for now. She's on the talking floor. It's funny casting. So, I did not come into this playthrough thinking that we would be dating Yuko. I'm so glad it happened though. And I'm glad I was like talked into it. Because it would have been a different playthrough had that not happened. She... yeah. Well, I can imagine you of all people, Kingo, just being like, no! She is so sweet. I didn't remember whether I liked her very much or not. From having done her link before. I remember liking her more than Fushimi, but I remember her being kind of milquetoast. But I think we had a good time with her link and her relationship with Spruzzino, which I think was a very unique one. It felt like there was some will they, won't they after they had gotten together, which I think is pretty funny. We forgot her name for a bit. I mean, not actually, but like we did. Yeah, it is kind of like mirroring that almost. It was the year of like unplanned relationships. That's what happened. Zeph Jr. was heavily present in her link. And I always love having that kid around. I can literally choose when to have him around, but I love having that kid around. What a funny kid. And she loved Spruzzino even when he was being stupid. Even though he was always afraid of her. Like, he was always afraid she was gonna hate him. But she didn't. She knew what he was like. She understood him. And she wants to have kids. And he's not ready for that. Yeah. He was always convinced there was something going on between them, and there was nothing. Except in Kyoto, where she was like, I think something's, like, happening between us. And he was like, no! That made me sad. Oh my god, look at this. Literally the triangles right here. So funny. I think we'll talk about the... I think I'll wait for the party to talk about the triangle that... The triangle, or even like the maybe more complex shape. The drama. Well, I'll wait till we get to them, because it's more about them than it is about Yuko. Yuko did nothing wrong. Now where do I put her? I think I'm gonna put her... I'm looking at Bebe, and I'm wondering what side I'm gonna put her on. To the left of Bebe or to the right? I think I'm gonna put her to the left. That feels good. These two were just too entertaining, and she's a package deal, I feel. And she was very much like a straight man character, I feel. We didn't do many bits with her, bits were happening around her, I feel. So it's hard to beat these two. He navigated it all smoothly. I think he did well in the end, for sure. He did as well as he could have. And that is that. So, let's do some bits. Let's talk about some things we just made up and threw into the game. Because this is what it's all about. So this is what we have. Is there anyone here missing that you guys would like to see? Because I may have them in my bag of tricks. So we have Scotchy. We have all the pets. Amali, Cleo, Hamburger. We have Fuuka's friends from her stream. We have Blue Scrunchy. We have Kay and Miko. We got Fortuna. Winkly, the Wild Duck Burger mascot. And we got Boss from Job. Now I'm going to read off a couple others and tell me if you want me to put them on. There is also Adachi with a blue tie. Yes or no? Would we like that one on here? That's the substitute teacher. The substitute teacher was a big deal, I think. Alright, I'll do it. So... the back alley punks. The two guys from the back alley. They kind of just sounded like Brady. That's kind of the joke. We'll do them. There was Belphegor, Big Teach, Chuck McGill. I'm just gonna put them all on there, guys. That's the joke. I'm putting them all on. Maybe we won't rank them all, but I'm putting them all on. So let's go down the line here. So, Adachi Substitute, Back Alley Punks, Belphegor, Big Teach, Old Kid, The Taxi Driver, Zeph Jr., You're the Answer, Chuck McGill. I can't even tell you this one. Oh, Suspicious Man from the Club. Indifferent Student. Mitsuru Superfan. Schwanton Bomb. Pubescent Student. Come on in. Handy Dandy Dude. Giles. Ketsuno Anna. Kushimi Tama. Little Natsuno. Loa. Siegfried. Reporter Hanano. Adult Yusuke Poster. Kanga. Studious Student. The Flower Shop Lady. And Hideo Kojima. From Persona 3. That's everybody. If there's anybody else I forgot, I don't have anything ready, so that's everybody. I'm putting them on. Just cause we want to make a mess of this thing, you know? Let's make a mess of this. Drizzle sauce all over it. This is like when you it's like when you have a big thing of sauce and put it all over your food and you don't even taste the food anymore. You just taste the sauce and you're like, why did I even order this food? I should have just ordered sauce. Yeah, I can go over them. The thing is, like, as the streamer, I remember everything, kind of. Which is why I like to gouge the audience is like, is this even anything? But this first one up through boss is, like, definitely, like, real. We gotta include these guys. Scotchy. Thank you so much, Pixel, for creating her. This was such a, like, a timing thing. I think had this happened, like, had this playthrough happened at a different time, she wouldn't have existed. However, in a Discord call one night, I don't remember who said it. I know it must have been either Snack or Sizz, because I don't know who else would have said something like this, but there was a joke like, what if there was a Makoto phone? We were like, yeah, I guess. We've been through this a couple times. You know, there's a Makoto tree. It was out of a Discord call. Similar origin. However, I remember early in the playthrough, Coxcoach, I don't know. I don't like that one. I remember early in the playthrough, this is kind of talking about Yukari, but early in the playthrough, I, like, was having trouble landing on a bit for her, and all she was doing was, like, she was on her phone all the time. And she was playing Mega Man 3. And I remember being like, what if she had the Makoto phone? That would be funny, right? And I'm glad, because we got this out of it. And it became her whole character, kind of. She became her little companion. And look at her. And this also only happened because we were right off of Nirvana Initiative, where you have the little eyeballies. I assume this is what inspired it, right, Pixel? But yeah. She's great. I love her. She's here to stay. She's a fun little mascot character for us too. And yeah, Scotchy. There's not much to say about her. I definitely, like, didn't know what direction I wanted to take her because there was one point where I was like, what if Scotchy was like a dark item? But I thought that would be stupid as I went further in. I was like, no, she's just humanity's companion. Yeah, that is funny. And in lore, she is powered by, what are those plumes called? She can function during the dark hour because the Kirijo group. There's a lore explanation for her. She's powered by that plume of whatever. That's her battery. She may have a soul. She may be more alive than we think. It'll never be fully explained. This one's for me. This is me having my cake. This was a spiteful character. And I love her. A little kitty cat. Where do I put her? Oh, music. I'm gonna put her like right here. Yeah. This was because nobody would take my name, Amali Doy, and I was like, I'm gonna name a cat Amali Doy. And it was the cat from the alleyway that we fed the super cat food to. And it could have ended right there. It could have ended right there. But Shinji moved into that same alley. And I was like, oh, what if he adopted a cat? That would be cute. And so she became his pet cat. And that was the beginning of like everybody getting an animal. They all got animals by the end. At least like half of them. But she was the original like pet. Unless you count Scotchy. Because sometimes I do count Scotchy as one of the pets. What Amali was. And she's on the little Zabrag Stinky emote. Because, I don't know. I liked the image. I liked the mental imagery of him having a little cat under his hat. And they both really liked Rise Kujikawa music. Who was just breaking into the scene if you go through the timeline. Oh, this is Cleo. Now this is funny. Now this, guys, this is comedy. If you don't know anything about comedy, this is comedy. Take out your notebooks. Start learning. What if something... So very similar to... Hold on, I'm going to put her down here for a sec. Very similar to Scotchy, but maybe even more deranged, if possible. Maybe more deranged than someone going, what if there was a Makoto phone? I know. It does get more deranged. Also born of a Discord call. Or maybe like a stream. I forget. Was I in someone's chat? Or were we just in Discord? Either way, I was in the middle of completing my Pokedex in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And one of the last Pokemon I needed was Slackoth. And Slackoth, it was in Sizz's stream, okay. Slackoth is notoriously stupid to find in at least the base game. You can find Vigoroth and I think you can just find Vigoroth and you could always breed it. But I didn't like eggs in that game. I know it's literally the easiest to make eggs in that game. But I just didn't want to take out the campsite. I might need to get some water after this. And so I was looking for it on the overworld, and there's this one tree that you can tackle with Koraidon. And Pokemon will fall out of it, and one of the Pokemon that can fall out is a Slackoth, but it was taking me forever. And in Snack's playthrough of Pokemon Scarlet, Koraidon was called Igus because he says Igus. He says, Igus! And so I was saying, what if Igus found a sloth? Or something along those lines. And so we came back, and important. I think we went to HouseCon after that, maybe. No, we didn't. No, it would have been after. We came back to stream. We came back to stream with this bit, where she got a sloth. Did we go to HouseCon? Shoot, what was the order of operations here? Because I think we did go to HouseCon right after the Shinji session, which was followed up by this. Maybe not. I don't know. Point is, I just got a sloth off stream. And it became crucial to her character. I'm going to put the sloth, like, right. Putting Cleo, like, right. Right here. That feels correct. Cuta. Such a funny choice of animal. And in lore, the reason that Igus has a sloth is because Yukari said to her, in some unknown context, "Go get it, girl." And so Igus said, "I will." And she came back with a sloth. Did she cross the ocean? She may have. All we know is that she came back with a sloth from the zoo. And was not ready to give it back. I loved early on too, Rosino being like, we gotta bring her back, right? Do we? We gotta bring her back, I guess. I don't want to. And we weren't letting her name her for a while, because she would get attached. So she was just the sloth for a bit. But eventually she became Cleo. And then that was it. Once she was Cleo, there was no giving her back. She's hers now. Hamburger. This is Ken Amada's little hamster. Not much of a character. The reason he's on here is just kind of because it's funny what he represents. Because, and this kind of goes hand in hand with talking about Ken. Our bit with him early on was that they all treated him like a hamster. He was a little pet for the dorm. Nobody took him seriously. He was a hamster boy. Ikutsuki was stocking his room with wood shavings and like a big water bottle. And a wheel. So to find out that he just did have a hamster was crazy. And because of that, I think that's really the only reason I took note of the fact he had a hamster. And so he gets to be a real character. And I'm putting him like here. No, I'll put him like here. He gets to be a character though. He can be in B tier. He was referenced a few times. He was definitely one of the pets. I didn't like ever forget about him. But he was just a hamster. And that was kind of the joke too, is that he is just a hamster. All these random, like, what if the Dragon Ball Z cat and a literal sloth and a Makoto and a phone? Ken just has a normal hamster because Ken is normal. Fuuka's friends. This is funny because I'm not really ranking the characters. Just kind of ranking them as Fuuka's friends. However, if you couldn't tell, I loved this bit. It was a fun little, like, cross-stream sort of play box for me, or like a little sandbox for me, to just do whatever I want. And it made for some fun, like, SBS stuff, and I don't know. I enjoyed having them around. Where would I rank them, though? That's tough, actually. Because really, similar to Hamburger, similar to, like, a Molly even, I'm really just ranking, like, that Fuuka is what the real ranking for them will be. I'm thinking, I guess I'll just rank, like, how much should I like the bit? Yeah, I'm very proud of, like, the dynamic between this trio. I think I picked two good characters to be her buddies. I think it's perfect. I'm very proud of it. Team Oomfies forever. I think I will put them right around here. I'll put them like here-ish. Yeah. Something like that. Oh, time is playing! I didn't even realize. It was literally just like subconscious to me. Blue Scrunchy. Funny, funny, funny. Funny. This is like the Lucy of this kind of. Like the second coming of Lucy Scuzetti. But a much different trajectory. Yeah, Class F was a hellscape. There was like a hierarchy in that class. There was like social status. Very funny. Remember, I guess became Red Bow. She got downgraded. No. But that is the name she goes by. I guess Red Bow. That was the little last name that they penciled in for her. Blue Scrunchy, really funny early series character. I did at one point think to myself, wait, when Igus gets to class, where's she gonna sit? I think she sits where Blue Scrunchy sits. But I tried not to worry about it. And then it happened, and I was like, fine, we just gotta roll with it. We'll write her out. It's funny anyway. She hated Spruzino. The one person that liked Spruzino was just like a nuisance too, kind of. I feel like he was chill around most people, or just like hated people he didn't like. But around this girl, he was just a nuisance. Just constantly annoying her, asking her questions in class, trying to make her laugh. And she didn't want any of it. She was just an NPC girl who didn't want any of it. But what really made it for me is that NPC on New Year's Day had the same blue ribbon in her hair. She was clearly like an adult woman and not the same, supposed to be the same like NPC model. But she had the blue like ribbon thing in her hair. And I am convinced that that was Blue Scrunchy. Back in town, after having moved away, I think things at her new at her new place of living were not as fun or as happy as they were in her Class F days, and I think she and Spruzino kind of like had a heart-to-heart or something, and had some closure. And she told him she really missed those days. And I made up a character to be sad about. And I like Blue Scrunchy. She really did set the pace for like class F in general. And so she has to rank highly for that. Yeah, they hugged or something nice. I don't know. They clearly both showed more signs of maturity. Like, it had been a long year for the both of them. This was New Year's, right after he got the news that the world was ending, you know? Where do I put her? I don't know. Somewhere in S. Show this to anyone. Oh, this is amazing, though. What we have coming up next. What we have coming up next. Oh, dear. Where are we going to put them? Kay and Miko, who represent the two gossiping girls. These are characters from Dandadan. They serve a similar role to the gossiping girls in Persona 3, and that they are not main characters. They are named characters. They're the two best friends of the main character, but they're not like part of the actual plot. They're just her school friends, and they're two girls who gossip a lot and they gab. And I mean, I would have read this when? July of last year? So what were we doing early in the playthrough? Were they just two unnamed characters? Oh, yo. Bobo. Hello, hello, everyone. Thank you for the raid. I do have follower only on tonight. Just because this would be a lot to explain to people who are confused. But welcome on in. We're doing a bit of a ranking of we're doing a retrospective on the Persona 3 Reload playthrough we just finished. It took a year. A lot happened. A lot of made-up characters are on here. And we're just reminiscing. We're talking about the long journey we've been on. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we're back in shape now. I think we'll be back on schedule at this point. I'm feeling better. I actually had a wild week. I'll probably talk more about that on Sunday, because that lends itself better to that. But yeah, I really appreciate it. I hope stream went well. But these two, I guess we're just unnamed at the beginning of the playthrough, because this would have been July, and we've been playing this since last February. But I loved the Gossiping Girls. I loved doing their voice. I loved just like... I don't know. It's just a fun voice to do. What's going on at school this week, dude? But I'm going to put Kay a little higher because development, she was the boss at B Blue V, or whatever it is. She was our senior team member there. I don't know. We only went there like once or twice. So I don't know if anybody remembers that, but I do. But they're both great. And I'm putting them very high. Like, be prepared. Maybe stupidly high, even. I think I'm willing to put them right here. Sorry. I'm putting them right here. And they're not Miko and Muko. They're Kay and Miko. I'm putting them up here. The Gossiping Girls. So funny. Read Dandadan. Great series. Oh my god. Alright, you guys are gonna have to hear me out on this one. I know. Well, hear me out for a sec. Fortuna? Kind of bad. I'm just telling you. She's pretty bad. You might not want to hear it. But it's the truth. Yeah, Naf, blue scrunchie is up here. It's a bright tomato. I'm thinking she goes above the baddie teacher for sure. I think she goes free thinker. I'm gonna put her like right here in B for bad. Yeah, well, I explained them already, but I can't explain them every time I see them. I explained them when I loaded them in, and I explained them when I'm going over them, and that's the best I can do for you. Speaking of, Naf, I'm glad you're here for this one. This is Winkley, who was named by Naf, if I do recall correctly. And very, very good work. Knocked it out of the park. It took us forever to remember what it was. But once we started remembering the name, I started referencing it much more. And I think once Spruzzino got his part-time job there for that little arc, he became kind of a character. He became kind of a don't meet your heroes type of mascot. Kind of like a almost like a Krusty the Clown type is what I was kind of going for. Just like a real bad role model. Mitsuru really likes him. And Spruzzino and Kenji do not. Yeah, I mean, you struck gold with that, I think. I named my Oricorio Wink Ole in my Nuzlocke that Fuuka's doing. In my Nuzlocke game that Fuuka Yamagishi is playing. Where do I put Winkley? She's doing great, I think. I'm actually really proud of how she's doing in this Nuzlocke. It's going pretty well, not to brag. I've only lost like one real team member at this point. So, keep up the good work, me. I hope. I mean, Fuuka. Winkley. I don't know, not that high. Probably like, I don't know, here. That feels fine. Alright, this is Boss from Job, guys. This is Boss from Job. His main characteristic was that he would talk really fast. He always sounded like he was like highly caffeinated. And he loved Spruzzino. And yes, every time we were at the job, I was like, alright, what's he gonna say this time? I gotta think of something. And sometimes I had nothing, and that's okay. You don't always have to have something. But sometimes he was kind of just like there to be like, I'm gonna summarize the last like hour of stream as like a Spruzzino, how's everything going? How's Yuko? How are the kids? How's Igus? How's, you know, like that kind of like. He's well aware of everything going on with Spruzzino. He's a wholesome role model for him. He genuinely loves the work he does. He loves compensating him fairly. He's happy to see him whenever he comes into work. And I think even the apocalypse didn't quite get him down. He was like showing signs of getting down. You know when everybody was like getting apathy syndrome towards the end? It hit him a little, but he like was able to tough through it, sort of. He's almost like he's a bit of like a Chris Traeger type as well, I think. That's the kind of character I was kind of envisioning, but just like caffeinated and talks really fast. It's like an overly positive boss. Where do I put him? I think Ty has some tech. That's sick. Link me. I'd like to see it. I'm gonna put him. Put him right here. I think that feels right. Akinari kind of like a bit of a gatekeeper. He liked Final Fantasy also. Final Fantasy 13. I didn't touch upon that. He really liked Final Fantasy 13, which was really funny. That's once again a period piece joke. Right? Would that have been coming out at this time? Is that why we landed on that? It's funny because I like didn't have anything to do, or I couldn't really do anything with that because I haven't played 13, don't know anything about it. But neither did he. It wasn't out yet. Okay. So he didn't know anything about it either. That's right. The Kirijo group. I do want to play Final Fantasy 13 though. That's like maybe next on my list for Final Fantasies. Is it? Yeah, because I'm watching Snack play 4, so I don't have to play it anymore. Smile. 13 would have been second in line, but now it's just first in line. Someday. I don't know when. Okay, so this, I promise. Hold on. Nobody say anything, okay? This represents, this is the substitute teacher or the proctor that watched over our exam periods. And if you try to tell me that that character wasn't funny and doesn't deserve to be on here, you're lying. Class F ate that guy alive. They sent him to the hospital. He is a Dachi because there is a clip of me going. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not going to pull up like the video of it, but you can listen. You can listen to the audio because the audio is all you really need. I like the song, guys. Did you know that? I know you know that. You gotta be close. Here we go. Okay, ready? I'm gonna pause the music. Listen. This clip is titled, I Would Go to School If... Adachi's my teacher! What? I think my network is pooping out. Adachi's my teacher! I don't know if you can hear that. That's really quiet. I'll post it as well. Oh, did I click the wrong one? How did I end up with the wrong? Oh, whoops, that's the next one. The new clip UI stinks. This one, sorry. That's it. Okay, that's the context. Because he looked like a Dachi. I don't know, guys, he's back. Anyway, funny though, whenever we had an exam, that guy was thrown in the hospital. The kids almost killed him. Why is he wearing a blue tie? Doesn't he have a blue tie? Or am I thinking of another character? I don't know. Because he's not a Dachi, that's the thing. He's a Dachi blue tie. And I'm going to put him... I'm going to put him... It was a funny bit. I'll put him like top of B. B for blue. B for blue. B for bad. B for... I got no other. B for burger. These guys are in the back alley. These were Shinji's guys, kind of. Badachi. Yeah, no, that is a good clip I posted, but not the one I meant to. I mean, they're not much. I just put them on because I felt like we talked to them a lot. And they were Johnny and Yosaku watching over the back alley. How come? How come? Oh, wait, hold on. Woo-hoo! And the reason that these two is because they watch, yeah, this is the Steiner song. They watch over the alley. They, like, guard it. Even when Strega comes through, they get beat up. Kind of like Arlong Park. That's what I think of. But they're not much of a character. I just kind of, like, had fun doing my why I oughta kind of voice. So they're not much of anything. I'll put them, like, I don't know, here? Here. This is Belphegor. The only reason I put him on here is because, we didn't do much with him. But I remember when we got him, I wanted him to be, like, Spruzino's, like, image persona. Because look at him. However, you can't beat this guy, is the thing. So he was a failed experiment. But I did want to talk about him in that sense, because I felt like he's still, like, he represents Spruzino so well, you know? I suppose that's true. I didn't think this would take so long. Might be a bit late, alright. But I will move through these fast. He's going down here somewhere. I'll put him, like, I don't know, here. This is Big Teach. That was funny. And that's it. That's literally all I have to say. There was a teacher in the teacher's lounge called Big Teach, and all the teachers love him, and they go, Big Teach! And this is Old Kid. He's from Ken's Social Link. You guys remember how there was just a kid who was older? Whoever voiced him, I think, was it, was he Yuri? Who voiced him? Some just, like, clearly adult man. But he was Old Kid, and this is Old Kid from Invader Zim, because that's a really funny joke. This is a very easy image to go with. That was a funny session. I remember that being a funny one for Ken. He doesn't go much higher than, like, this. He's like a one-session guy. This fucking... This is the taxi driver. Oh, I love Way of Life. I think we've got all 3 versions now. I loved doing his voice. I'm putting him over here somewhere. This guy is evil. And it made the taxi driver in this game, not literally, this isn't like a spoiler, I'm not, like, actually spoiling anything. This character is a vile presence. And assigning that voice to the taxi driver in this game made me feel like this taxi driver was like an evil presence. And that was fun. It was a way for me to keep that voice around. This is Zeph Jr. from real life. This is Zeph Jr. from real life in Yugo's Link. Yo! Isaac, thank you muchly.
Zebra go ho, zebra go ho, zebra go ho.
I'm gonna put him, like, I don't know, here. He was important to have around. Andes Komeji, you're the answer. He also kind of represents Kazuichi purple. And Komeji orange, if you guys recall. That was like a block we did for a little while. I'm putting him like... here. He's not really like anything. Yeah. Chuck McGill. That's why I love doing these. Because you say some really stupid stuff while you're doing these lists. Chuck McGill. This was a bit for Kingo. Every time I was doing Chuck, I was like, please, I hope Kingo's in chat. Because otherwise I'm just doing Chuck McGill. There was an NPC that looked like Chuck to me when I first saw him. And so he became Chuck. I'm gonna put him like... I'm putting him like here. It was funny. This is the suspicious man. I don't know. He's going like here somewhere. The only reason I put him here is because there was a running gag with him. Where, he's the guy who gives you the URLs. I know you can't see it literally at all on this image. But, he thought Spruzzino's name was Junpei Iori. Because Spruzzino didn't want to give him his real name. I forgot to put guy who couldn't get his groove on. Shoot! I was going to. Dang it! He can represent him too. Yo, what's up, Sis? This is Indifferent Student. Pretty funny. I'm putting him like here. I'm putting Mama below. Man, who's cocked the function? We did not rank Hanano. Indifferent Student was not indifferent to anything. He always had an opinion. It's crazy. This is Mitsuru's superfan, who is just a character in the game that I played straight. Well, you know. But she was funny because I just did Mitsuru's voice for her. That was the bit. The bit was that she had the same voice as Mitsuru. And I think that was all she really needed. I'll put her like here. You were the gatekeeper. Handy Danny Dude and Swanton Mom. I'm gonna put. Oh God, where did he go? I lost him. Oh, there he is. I'm gonna put them. I think they were a funny element to introduce to the Fuuka lore and to the Strega lore. Like they are also like Strega, kind of. They are like the anti-Seas guys. Yeah, no, I thought he escaped. And I thought that was a funny thing to do. So I think I'm gonna put them like higher in B. Maybe like up here. But they're kind of one and the same. But it was funny to introduce like anti these two. And to eventually bring them into Fuuka's channel. I think that's funny. This is Pubescent Student. He was just, he was pretty much David Buddy. It would say up top all the time. That was his thing. I think I liked him a little more than Indifferent Student, so he's gonna go right with him, but above him. Let's do the last, like, student as well. This is Studious Student. Whose only joke was that she said, stew, 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 stew. I didn't like it that much. But I'll put her, like, here. Now I'll put her below Chuck. But she was around, so I'm putting her there. This is the Net Cafe Bombchu bowling baddie, who was just a voice. But she would say, come on in. And I liked that. Come again. And that's all you need. there's just Chuck McGill. Oh, she became so apathetic at the end. I'm giving her the seal of approval. This is Giles, who I wanted to be more of a thing, actually. Early on, I was like, what if Mitsuru had a butler who, like, did things for her? But he was never around that often. But he was around enough that I did feel like he still existed. He solved swine flu. That happened. And I think he hand-delivered Final Fantasy 13 on a platter to Akinari. I think that's what he did. And he was usually who Mitsuru would call on the phone. And yeah, he was the doctor. That was where he came back and was like, there. He was the Kirijo group's doctor. So I think he did stick a bit of a landing. And so I think I can put him a little higher than he might have been. I think I'm going to put him like here. And I don't know. That's him. Maybe he'll be in the answer. The only character I've said that for. Maybe he'll be in the answer. It's not over yet. This is Ketsuna Anna, and she's going up here. Okay, so I gotta tell you, this is her. Sis, if you're still listening, this is Ketsuna. She is the weather lady from Gintama. This is the most the Gintama playthrough bit that this playthrough had, I think. Where she was on the TV every night. And Spruzino loved her. Because that is also the bit in Gintama. Gintoki loves her. She's just the weather lady on the news. She's wonderful. Did you see her? I'm not too sure. She's always on the news telling you the forecast, and she's always smiling. And like 200 episodes into Gintama, she becomes a real character. Which is awesome. But genuinely, she was a part of like every stream. And I do feel the need to put her high because of that. I'm gonna put her... I think I'm gonna put her like... here. Yeah, that's good. But she was the news lady on TV every night. This was Kushi Mitama. Definitely not as good as the Bebe counterpart, but I think I will put him with Keisuke. Maybe like down here somewhere. No, I'll just put him with Keisuke. He was the Keisuke Mitama. Keisuke. This was little Natsuno. She wasn't much of anything. She was just Natsuno in town, and that's nice for her. And just on that alone, I'm gonna give her B. I'm gonna put her like here. This is Loa. Okay, so we're almost at the end here. Loa, another character that I like had theory crafted a bit for. Spruzino hated him. He never wanted to fuse him. Loa was always like, Spruzino, fuse me, yeah. And Spruzino never would. And then he eventually did, and I think he dropped him almost immediately. And Loa was upset. And this is crazy, guys. This is a dropped plot thread that I was planning. This is the developer interview you're getting right now. You're getting the commentary. I wanted to do a joke where... and I planted the seeds for this, but I never let it sprout because I was like, no, I'm not feeling this. The execution's not there. So I dropped it. We had stopped hanging out with Kaz. Yeah, plan never works. Don't plan anything. Let it happen. We had fallen off of Kaz a bit. And there was a part of me that was like, what if, like... what if Loa, in like an act of vengeance, became Kaz's little like spirit companion? as the two discarded homies. And they created their own little, like, not like a League of Villains type deal. Loa wants vengeance, but Kaz is just like, I don't know, man, what's this stupid ghost talking to me? That was something that I wanted to do. And there is a session where you can go back, and I, like, alluded to it. I alluded to, like, the tempting of Kazushi, where Loa went, Kaz! And then I, like, never addressed it again. Because I was like, this isn't gonna work. Planning things never works. No, I think it would have been funny, but if it doesn't happen naturally, it's like you're just, like, forcing something, and you get in your own head that way. But it did almost happen. It was something I wanted to do, but Loa, scrapped character. But just for the potential alone and what I saw in him, I'm gonna put him somewhere in B here. None of this is scripted, guys. Well, sometimes it is. I'm gonna put him, like, here. Okay, Siegfried, I literally just put here because he was one of our, like, key personas. I don't know. I'm gonna put him with Fortuna. This is Hanano, reporter Hanano. And the joke with her is that in Gintama as well. So this is the weather lady, and everybody loves her. And this is the news reporter lady, who in universe is just the news lady, but like, kind of as a joke, like, me and Snack both hate her because she's not Ketsuna. And she is the much more dreary counterpart to her. She's just kind of a normal news reporter. But because she's not her, we hate her. And so that's why the reporter is her. I wanted to have the counterpart to the lady on the news. Which, I don't know, I thought it was funny. I'm gonna put her... like right here. Chuck is like holding some sort of... Chuck is holding space. This is adult Yusuke poster. Not much of a bit that lasted, and that's fine, because it's not my guy. It's not my character. It's just a referential bit. But he was around. Under Kushi? No. I'm gonna put him... I really don't care. He's not a character. I can't believe I'm, like, thinking about it. Kanga? I'm gonna put you somewhere around, like, here-ish. Funny. Fuuka liked that one. This is the flower shop lady. We like her. She is very much the same, except like this. Same idea. And Hideo Kojima. It was just a joke that the guy looked like Kojima. There wasn't anything overly funny about that. But he existed. It was good to have. I'll put him like here. Cool. Characters. We got 50 minutes to talk about the real stuff. He knows how to prioritize. Yeah. Wait a sec, there's no waiting. So, where's Games? Games isn't a character. Games is right here. Some of these aren't characters either, but you know. Okay. Mr. Kirijo. Funny guy. I loved... He was only in like 2 sessions. He's not in the game that often. But he had such a funny presence, I think. Akihiko and Junpei... I just mixed them up. Akihiko and Junpei loved him. He was their dad. He always had toys for them. Stuff from the future. He had all the Dragon Ball movies. They did a movie night on the island. Mitsuru was embarrassed by him. But he was very proud of her and he thought she was really smart. Like I said, he wasn't around long, so he wasn't very fleshed out or anything. He was very one note. But, you know, he was funny. I liked what he did in the plot. And of course, the actual character is Ra. This is a cool guy. I like that, like, you kind of see him and you're like, oh, he could be the guy, like, behind this kind of, the Kirijo group could be, like, scumbags. But no, it's his dad that's the scumbag. He is trying to fix things. She's trying to fix things. He's cool. And I do like him. I think he's effective. I wish he could have been around a little longer or like, had more scenes. But he's cool. I'm going to put him, like... I'm going to put him, like, here. Akinari is a wall here. Akinari is a wall. Chuck is a wall. This is so funny, deciding the walls. I love a tier list. I love doing a tier list like this. It's so silly. You need to establish the load-bearing walls. Oh, what's up, Shotty? Igor. Funny. I liked his relationship with Spruzzino. He hated Spruzzino's guts until the very end, where he impressed him. Spruzzino wanted him to turn the Velvet Room into a bathroom. Even though Igor decided it was an elevator, Spruzzino didn't like that. And he spent the whole playthrough, like, doing, like, DIY. And Spruzzino was never satisfied. The gritted teeth really added an element to it. Where do I put him? I don't know, he's Igor. He wasn't around that often. I didn't do that much with him. I think he's in A tier somewhere, but I don't really know where. I feel like here is fine. I think that works. Or sorry, here. Yeah, I think that's fine for him. He kind of has the same sort of, he holds the same kind of niche as her. As like a shopkeeper almost. Liz, what a treat. Funny. She's the best Velvet Room attendant easily for me. It's actually like no contest. We kind of played her straight because she's already chaotic, you know? Like, she already fits in fine. So I didn't really have to do anything. The only thing I really like added to her is that she was always laying eggs around. She wasn't laying eggs. She was always leaving them lying around. She liked to give us eggs every now and then. Those precious eggs. And we didn't even use half of them because they give you too many items in these games. Where do I want to put her? DJ Lizzie, actually. Yeah, no, that was her biggest session, I would say. I think I put her, like... I just like the character so much. I'm putting her at the top for now. I really like Elizabeth. Okay, Ryoji and Pharos by extension, kind of. I can talk about them separately. And I think I can talk about them separately. Because these were two different characters in the playthrough. Pharos is funny. He was a little kid who would show up every month. And he would always leave something on or leave something open. And Spruzzino would have to get up out of bed even though he was sleep paralyzed. He slept in his fridge, his broken fridge. And at first he thought he was just some kid who broke in who was getting into trouble. But he'd always be like opening windows or leaving the door open. And he just wanted to be Spruzzino's friend. And he always knew all the bits that were going on. And Spruzzino was just like Not that concerned about it. He was just a little weirded out. Never thought to tell the team about the little ghost child. I think I'd put him in, like, I don't know, somewhere an A. I love the, like, intrigue of this character also. Like, you're playing the game and you're like, what's this kid's deal? How does he play into any of this? And I think that's cool. I'm gonna put him like here, I guess. That works for me. Ryoji. He's the one character that I, like, wish I could have done more with. But, you know, he's here and he's gone. I still think he had some fun stuff going for him. He was buddies with Junpei, and that kind of lended itself to some funny bits. They played Halo together. I wanted to do a bit where he I wanted to do a bit where he was basically like the other Spruzino kind of. But I didn't really like get the opportunity or like the material to work with. I wanted him to also be going to the bathroom all the time. I wanted him to be doing all the same jokes and everybody being like, wow, who is this guy? Like, I wanted him to know the bits kind of, because he had literally slept in his head. But I didn't really get to like convey that very well. But that was kind of what I was going for with him for a little bit. There was also a really funny bit, I thought it was funny at least, where I feel like Kingo probably liked this if he remembers it. Where when Akihiko was in his peak, like, I'm Piccolo sort of phase, where he meets Ryoji and he's like, are you the Grand Kai? And he's like, nah, I'm the Supreme Kai. Just like messing with him. Like, that was funny. Oh, that was a funny, funny natural way to evolve that bit for Akihiko. He's great though. What a cool character. I love the Link episodes. He has Riz, very charismatic. Aigis hates him. Aigis despises this man. So funny every time. That was also a thing for him. He was fun, actually. We did a pretty good job with him. Yukari didn't like the cut of his jib. I think these two started a... Do you remember the anti-Ken club that Yukari and Akihiko had? They revived it and crossed out Ken and wrote Ryoji. That was very short-lived, but that was a thing that happened. They brought it back for a little bit. And I feel like they recruited... Oh, they recruited Aigis. That was fun. We had fun with Ryoji, never mind. We did a pretty good job with him. He just didn't do much with, like, some of the cast. With a character like this, I want them to have something with, like, the cast, kind of. That's, like, my measure of success of a character. Like, of like, a main character. Is how they play off the whole cast. But he was good, and I really like Ryoji, and I think he's cool. I'm probably gonna put him, like, here-ish. He's getting that main character buff against some of these. Okay, these guys. Chidori, the only one we did a lot of, like, writing with, I feel. Like, making stuff up for her. Takai, we played a little straight. He had something. Jin, we didn't do, like, anything with. And I don't like Jin, so that's fine. So let's put him first. I do think there were a couple extra scenes in this game. My throat's starting to dry out. Let me get a water. I'll be real quick. All right. Jin. They added some extra scenes that did do quite a bit for him. Well, maybe not quite a bit, but like, you know, they helped him a bit. But he's ultimately my least favorite Striker guy. I think he's just annoying and like a jerk and not that complex. So he just comes off as only that. And I don't know. I always think a character like this is annoying. They're made to be dislikable, I think. Where it's like the antagonist's like right hand who's like ride or die. But I feel like if you write them to be like more complex, they can be an enjoyable character. But if you don't, they just come off as like, why are you like fighting for this guy? But I mean, you get the sense that they've been through a lot, so I think that's like good enough. But I still don't like him that much. So I'm gonna put him, and I also think his hair looks stupid and he looks stupid. And I want to punch him. And he waves that briefcase around. He's a big nerd. I don't like him. I'm putting him like... Put him right there. Yep. Put him right there, I guess. I'll put him like... No, Big Teach is better than him. Big Teach is better. These two are good though. I like both of these characters. Takai is just a really good character. I like him among like human persona antagonists as far as they go. I think his exit from the plot could be a little more grand. But I do love that you get like a final standoff with him, like right before the final boss. I think that's always cool in a game where you fight like the rival character right before the final boss. I always enjoy that kind of thing. I just wish... I mean, he got a theory in this, which is a cool cinematic move. But in the plot, you just kind of fight him and beat him. And there's not much to it. Pretty straightforward encounter. But he's a cool character. I love his design. I think he's compelling. I think he's a great antagonistic force. He accomplishes things. He kills one of us. Fuuka Toontown? Oh, what is this? Copy the link so it doesn't open here. Real quick. I know. Caught. Oh no. Her character's named Biscuit? Where do you see that? Hold on, I just saw something cracked. Hold on, look at this one. Alright, oh god, it's gone. No, my layout. You can see how naked it is now. Hold on. Why'd it disappear? Alright, we're back. No, don't boo me. No, I did the best I could. Snack and Rinslet. Do you see what I was going for with the background, by the way? Do you see the vision? Because if you don't, it was all for naught. Otherwise, it's just the dorm. Did you miss anything? No. We were looking at Twitter. It's like the static shot of the office, yeah. It's the same camera angle. Agus is in there eating an orange, yeah. I think Class F is around a little Kotatsu. I think these four. Chidori. It's the other one we're talking about. I was talking about Takaya and who's Shinpachi? That's a great question. We'll get back to that. Maybe we can talk about that when we get here. I don't know. Chidori was Fuuka's rival, and I thought that was really funny. I like doing this. I like putting them next to the C's person. They're like combating. I thought it was really funny. Again, that comes back to these two having the like anti-streamer, because they had a navigator and they had their own Fuuka, and the fact that she is like she's like a popular streamer while Fuuka is like small time. I think that's funny. And of course, this is a beautiful love story. I love it a lot. The scenes they share are wonderful. Yeah, she's the one who kind of made Fuuka an anxious mess. Fuuka was kind of confident when we met her. Her character went on a journey, I think. Yeah, exactly. She was trying to impress everyone. She was trying to keep her worth. This guy wasn't helping. And yeah, these two shared the firecracker rap of love. It's like the pow pow fruit, but from Jimmy John's. And that was the beginning of a beautiful love story. Chidori is a great character. Such an emotional scene. I don't like that she lives. Or I don't like... It's beautiful. It's great that you can do that. I don't like it as like a plot thing, though. I think it ruins some plot, some plot moments. But also, I don't know. If you want to get a happy ending, it's nice that you can do it. Yeah, him making the rap on the way to the hospital. Yeah, he dropped it on the way. It was like the Sanji making the food. Where do I put her? Somewhere in A for sure. I'm thinking like... I feel like right here is good. And Takaya, I'm gonna put pretty high. But maybe just here. Maybe just here, actually. I don't know, it's tough. And now here we are, Cease. Now, this is important. I've shared my personal opinions on these characters in a few places a few times. Doing this list right now, it's gonna be a little muddled, I think, because I have the long and short is my tier list of these characters in this playthrough may not be my personal tier list, because we're talking about the stream, but that is still going to affect. You know how it is. I don't have to explain it. First up, the man, the myth, the legend. First of all, he's gone at the top for sure, for now. What a treat. What a delight. I didn't think going into this that I would have so much fun with this character. But after just like a few sessions with him, I was like, hold on. This guy's actually hilarious. I love ranking things from the intro. Yeah, maybe. If you haven't found out by now, because this is a character I love to do, a character type I love to do, I love the archetype of like an incompetent, like useless, like adult figure. Just like a totally like, you suck, why do we even have you kind of like. I just think it's always like a funny character. I love incompetence. And this guy, I don't know, the kind of journey we took him on is he doesn't pay the bills. The dorm is awful to live in because of him. It could be better, but he refuses to pay any bills. He refuses to put in any work orders. He's spending all the money on his own personal, like, ventures. Steals food from the fridge. He doesn't bother to learn half of their names. He doesn't even know who Fuuka is. He thought she was Strega. He tried to have her arrested a few times or escorted off the premises. He didn't know they had a dog. Even though he let them have the dog, he was like, yeah, you can have a dog. He treated this boy like a hamster. He didn't want another mouth to feed. I think he griefed Shinji because Shinji very outwardly hated him. And just like called him out. And I think he knew that he was like on to him, but was like just coy around him, I guess, but like in a way that was like very spiteful. I don't know, it was funny. I just liked him. But I guess didn't know any better. I think Akihiko had like respect for his authority, and that's it, kind of. And the rest of them hated him. I did a whole video about this man. I made content about him. He has an emote now. Funny character. Really enjoyed him. In the context of the game, however, I think he's a very weak villain. He does not have a satisfying conclusion, I think. His betrayal just kind of comes out of nowhere. I wish they could have set it up better. I wish that he got Link episodes in this. I was very surprised he didn't. As soon as I saw that Takaya had one, I was like, oh, where's the Kutsuki one? Didn't have one. They did not try to flesh this man out anymore. And that's a little disappointing to me. Because I think they could have done something. But whatever. Oh yeah, he was growing weed on the roof. He also, there was a... He started the rooftop garden. And everybody was kind of chill about that, except for Fuuka. They kept it a secret from her. There was the part where Strega kidnaps Junpei, and they're up on that roof. And Junpei sees him with a sniper rifle up on the roof, and he's like, Ikutsuki's gonna save me! No. He was just watching over his crops. If they touched his crops, he was gonna pull the trigger. He did not care about what was happening up there. He was in the dorm while this is happening. He went to the Love Hotel. He had his own personal room there. That was the room where we found the shadow. They could tell because they found broken appliances in there. Yeah, that's him. Oh god, I scrambled the order. Yeah, when he left, I like missed him. I loved turning around and seeing him in the dorm because you didn't know if he was going to be there. And he's raw when he sits in the chair in the opening. Yeah, and the Junpei SBS was huge for him as well. Hey, you know what? Yeah, let's just work backwards. I'll order them like this. I'm going to mess up the order again anyway. Shinji. Let's talk about him. Love this guy. I think they did a great job fleshing him out even further in this game. and I had a blast with him. And the thing with Shinji is I was going into this game, I was worried about him the most because I was like, oh my god, so like I know you only have Shinji for like X amount of time. I hope we do a good job with this character. I hope we don't drop the ball with him. We only have so much time with him. I think I did great with him. I think I did fine. I was very happy with the time we spent with him. I think he felt like a member of the team. His presence was missed. I think he left his mark. He had his bits. My goal with him kind of was like, here's all these wacky characters. He's gonna come in and be like the serious kind of like straight man, and not put up with any of this. However, in the Gintama playthrough fashion, he was very much still a wacky character, just playing it serious. Playing it off like he was serious. But he had his own wacky stuff going on. He treated the back alley like his home. He was putting additions on back there. He slept in the dumpster like it was a coffin, like Vincent. He was a fan of Risei Kujikawa, and he was always looking forward to the Kujikawa concert. This was not intentional. This is really funny, actually. Again, only like Snack and Renzo are going to appreciate this, really, but although I call this the Gintama playthrough, I would like to think it wasn't in your face or annoying, like a Gojo playthrough, for example. I think it was all very subtle and fun. I don't think it ever got in the way of anything. But in spite of that, there's no like character that is based on a character. There was not a lot of that influence. However, whether subconsciously or not, I think he like became Hijikata at some point. I think there was like late into his run, he kind of became him. And that might also just be because he has the same voice. He is also Kazuya Nakai in the Japanese dub, which is funny. I think that subconsciously took over in my mind. But he has like a secret side to him where he likes an idol. He has a soft spot for this cat. And then in the Junpei SBS, I wrote in a bit about him like having mayo or something. I would strongly consider skipping it. That one was just like on the nose, but that was like the joke. I was just making a joke about like what he had taken on. He liked Yu Yu Hakusho to contrast Akihiko's love of Dragon Ball, and I thought that added a funny little rivalry between them, like that they already have, but like a friendly one, because you know they're bros. And that's totally something that two bros would fight over, like which is better. He became besties with Yukari because DJ Lizzie was being obnoxious one night in Tartarus, and Shinji wasn't having it, and he went home. And so we didn't have him for the rest of the night. And then Yukari was getting restless and bored and texted Shinji and said, "Hey, can you pick me up?" And he was like, "What do you mean?" And so he did. And they went home and they watched Wheel of Fortune on the Tartarus TV that worked during the dark hour, I guess. And that's how they bonded and became friends. And because they became friends, she got him tickets to a Risei concert on Halloween. And this is important, guys. This was something I made up to make me sad, because obviously I knew that he dies before Halloween. But I was like, oh, what if she got 4 tickets for him, her phone, and his cat? And then they don't get to go. That was funny. I did that. That was a fun thing for him. I think he had low patience for Fuuka's lack of confidence. Because he saw no reason for her to have a lack of confidence. I think he was kind of a tough love type. I think he wanted her to be better. And he encouraged her through fear, maybe. I don't think he hung out with these guys that much. I think he thought... I think he expected more of Junpei. Because Akihiko loved him so much. But he was disappointed by him. Everybody loved Junpei. And he was chill with Spruzzino. Who I think he called Lemon. Because he refused to call him Spruzzino Limon. And then Mitsuru, I think their relationship was played pretty straight. And then these guys. Where do I put Shinji? He's at the top right now. This game did a lot of good for him. Good for him. I like him a lot. Very good, tragic character. I think he plays his role well. And he's a cracked party member. He's so good, and his Link episode made me so happy to see. He was so good. Who's next? I think Ken? This is so out of order. It's okay. I know the backward. I can count backwards. I can do the alphabet backwards. Oh, Poppy Lightbright. Kenneth Arnold. Kenny. Yeah. Oh, and Shinji had a cat. Oh, and I loved when he moved into the dorm. He brought all his stuff with him. All of his garbage. And he turned his room into the back alley. Like, you walked in and it was the back alley. It was like an Animal Crossing, like, themed room. And I think he wrote into... Oh, I'm going to tell you another dropped bit. I wanted to kind of make him... this was very early on. I dropped this because I was like, this isn't that funny. Or, like, it's not the direction I want to take the character. As soon as I was like, oh, he likes Rise, I was like, what if he was also a big Scoob head? And he wrote into her about Scooby-Doo and, like, planted the seeds. What if he was the one who, like, initiated it? Or what if he, like, got her on it? But I was like, that's dumb. It could still happen. Ken. What a good kid. This playthrough made me appreciate him a lot more, for sure. Not that I ever, like, hated Ken, but Ken is, like, a hated character in the fandom, which is stupid, I think. I feel like that's very black and white way to look at it. Because he goes through a lot of development. He's just a kid. And the fact that he was, like, you know, revenge-driven or whatever, you know, of course he's going to be like that. And, like, I think he has a very good reason to be mad at Shinji and want him dead, kind of. And it breaks my heart to find out that, like, not only was he ready to kill Shinji, he was ready to kill himself afterwards. And I think that's heartbreaking. And I think the growth he goes through that is really good. I wish he got more of, like, a closure moment. Like, in the plot, kind of. Him and Akihiko kind of go through that evolution at the same time, kind of earlier than everyone else. And so they don't really get to, like, do much more after that. But Akihiko's evolution moment feels like a real, like, culmination. Whereas with Ken, it almost feels like he's just getting started. Like, he's a new person, like, after that. And we don't really get to... Jeez. Just a water bottle. I wish we got something like with him and Strager or something. I wish we got to like face down to Kaya or something. I would like that, but that's okay. As far as what we did with Ken, like I said, he was a hamster. He liked the hard-boiled detective. He didn't get rolled on the wheel. That's pretty funny, I think. I think if it had to be anybody, it's funny that it was Ken. Watch out for him in the answer, though. I think he's pissed. I think he's really out for blood in the answer. He liked coffee. That's just in the text. But I also liked the idea that he just likes coffee. I think that is a little funny thing for him. And he likes Power Rangers. Two characters confirmed for the answer. Ken and Giles, maybe. Despite everything I just said, though, he's still, like, among this cast. I just love this cast so much. He's definitely on the lower end for me. But I appreciate him. And I really enjoyed his character arc and, like, looking deeper into his character in this, because it's been a while. His Link episode's great. I love the Star Wars kids stuff he's up to. He's a good kid. And Amada Brat was a very late entrance into the game. But Amada Brat makes me laugh a lot. I think it's really funny to say. I think it's funny to imagine. Amada Brat. He might get a skateboard in the answer. I don't know. It might be funny for him. Right now, I am going to put him below Ikusuki. But above Elizabeth. I don't think any of C's goes below Elizabeth. I think we did well. Koromaru, he's just a dog. He's a very well characterized dog, though. I think they do a good job of painting a picture of who he is. And he's very human in his drive and in his resolve. And I think he's raw. And I like him a lot. He's the second coolest dog in gaming. He wanted a lot of attention. He was a cutie. His nickname was Jerry. That is another Gintama. What did I write about him? I took notes. I think it's very funny that he is kind of... I said he's the second coolest dog in gaming, because the first coolest dog in gaming is Rapide from Tales of Vesperia. And I think it's funny that we had those two, one right after the other. Because the joke with Rapide is that... Well, in the game he doesn't talk, but the bit was that he's a talking dog. And the bit coming into this is, I know that Koromaru doesn't talk, and I was very adamant that he does not talk. He is not a talking dog. Absolutely not a talking dog. And I think that in and of itself was a bit, that he was aggressively a dog. He had fun little moments. Like, he liked his breasties, he loved his attention. He had a whole, like, 2 weeks of us just, like, walking with him, and him taking up all of our time. He may be the reason we didn't finish, like, Maya, for example. It might be his fault, but that's okay. He had a secret stash. I think, did we determine this, that it's in, like, Fuuka's room or something? He has a secret stash of stuff. He has treasure that he's hoarding. He was friends with Ken and Shinji. That's, like, in the text, but also, like, you know, it was nice having them. Homies with Aegis as well. Aegis translates for him. I actually feel like that was, like, a bit of a missed opportunity on my part, because we could have had a dog that doesn't talk, but we could have had someone talking for him, which could have been funny. But it's not over yet, the answer. Look out. We're putting new spins on existing characters. Maybe. Maybe not. Remember, don't plan bits. She's preoccupied. Childs translates. That could be funny. Make sure we get back. I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put him right here. Feels good. Who's next? Is it Aegis next? Oh boy. Let me look at these actually, because we have to establish as well. This isn't spoilers. I'm not saying that Aegis is in here. I'm saying that she's a contender. She is a contender for being up here. Oh my god, these... Oh, I love these guys. Oh man, I love these guys. Who goes down next? Really? Wait, you're re-downloading it? Oh, I guess you'd have to, right? Alright, well that gives me more time. Oh, right, you're at another place. Okay. I'm gonna use this time wisely then. Okay, maybe I do this in order. Maybe I do this in order, and this will make it easier for me to just go, you know? Maybe this will make it easier for me to just go, and we'll sort them at the end. Because Shinji could be up there, too. I don't think these three do. Okay, so I guess we love her. And let me tell you, so there are two characters on this cast. Or three, I guess. Well, Shinji we already said. Shinji was fine out of the gate, though. But there were two characters on this cast that I was worried about. Post-introduction. And it was actually these two. Because I thought their first session or two, they didn't really have any bits, and I was like worried about what direction I was going to take them. I guess took a while for me to find my footing with her. But as soon as, I feel like when she started going to school was when she really started popping off. But early on, the only bit I had for her was that, like, and this did stay true for like most of the playthrough. She looked up to Junpei and trusted everything he said. And he would show her a lot of junk on YouTube and really cloud her judgment on various forms of media because she would just rank them using like an algorithm or something. And I think at one point very early on, it was established that he showed her the Zelda sequelitis, and so I guess hated 3D Zelda. And that was her joke early on. Her joke was that she like got her opinions from other people, kind of. Because she didn't know any better. She was just trying to fit in. As time went on, yeah, that it's a bit of a legacy bit for her. That definitely like didn't stick around. She got a sloth. It was wonderful. She learned to love. That is where her learning to love character arc started to come from. In reality. She became a crossing guard. Does anyone remember that? That was wonderful for her. I think that was her number 2 like big thing right after Cleo, I think. Was her being a crossing guard. I think that's so funny. I also think that Mitsuru kind of stole the show on the like career week. Because the movie stuff was so funny for her. But I think if I think the person who made out the second best with Career Week was I guess. She was the second funniest. Because the idea of her as a crossing guard with a little sloth on her back and all the kids loved her was so funny. Why would she want to be a crossing guard? So funny for her. I guess is wonderful. I liked doing her voice. I liked her like deadpan delivery. She was a pleasure at school, where she would answer everything very candidly. The teachers would ask many rhetorical questions that she would answer. She would always say, yes, or yes, I am. This is me. Or something like. And the teacher would be like, don't answer that, I guess. Don't answer that. I think that's why Toriyumi liked her. She was like a lost little lamb in her class. I think she just wanted her to be like... She wanted something... She wanted her to make something of herself. And I love her. And guys, I'm actually really excited for main character Agus. I think she's likely to make it into top 5 here, but let's just do this for now. We'll put top 5 at the end. And of course, talking about the real character, guys, Peak. She's wonderful. I love a robot that learns to love. She carries a lot of the themes of this game. The whole final scene, you know how I feel about that. You heard how I felt about it when we beat the game. Very special. I love her. She's a great character. She's funny. I think the VA did an amazing job as well. Definitely like a new take on the character, but I like the take. No, that song is not good. Okay, is she next? She is. Alright guys, we have strong potential here. I will say, of the characters in C's, coming into this and coming out of it, is Fuuka next? I guess kind of, but it's too late now. I already started talking about her. In terms of like jumps in how much I like the character, she definitely has made out the best. I really like Mitsuru now. Has she surpassed any of my favorite, like old favorites? I don't think so. I don't think my list has changed that much because it's just so like rooted. But if you can't tell, I loved this character in this playthrough so much. I loved doing her voice. I loved all the stupid stuff we'd come up with. She's very easy to write for because all you have to do is just say some nonsense and she doesn't get it. Run with that. I think her bit had the most longevity of anyone as well. I think she was like consistent throughout the whole playthrough. And we still found ways to keep it fresh. Her discovering cinema was big for her. Her social link was so much fun. It was like the perfect link to do during, right after Ryoji told us like it's over, like it's the end times. Everybody was down in the dumps except for these two goobers because he was teaching her how to live life and they were just thriving. They were having a good time. Everybody else bummed. His girlfriend died. He's already past his arc. She's worried about the future. She's Fuuka. She's these two living like Larry. Yeah, I don't know. She's always funny to write for. She kind of just did one thing really well. She thought Koromaru was Jerry. She didn't know his name was Koromaru. She loved this dog. And I think he is her dog now. I think he was resistant at first. But I think he is her dog now. I think she owns him. She gets to take him home. Not the direction that you think Ken gets him? No. He gets to visit on weekends, though. She is definitely in here, so I'm going to put her here. And I think Igus is going to be as well. But I'm going to keep her here for now. Maybe even just to keep some suspense. Fuuka Yamagishi. I'm on the second floor. Fuuka. It's named after her. It's Fuuka Fridays. Many would say that I have gaslit myself into liking this character. And I would tell you, no. I like Fuuka Yamagishi. Genuinely. She is funny. She's wonderful. I think she filled a wonderful niche in this playthrough. I loved the idea of her streaming every Saturday. It was a funny way to just have some material. We love a character that plays a video game. And we love referencing other characters. Those are two things we love to do around here. And it was a good way to do both. It's a good way to expand the verse. A good way to just be like, oh, what's she playing this week, Fuuka? She was an anxious mess all the time, somewhere through the middle of the playthrough. Because some people made her doubt her self-worth. She overcame that, both in-game and I think in our own little character arc that we wrote for her. And I think that's beautiful. She is the confident Fuuka Yamagishi now. Many people helped her along the way. Bunkichi, Shinji, Shidori herself, her mods. I think Junpei and Yukari as well. And Zeke and Owain, who were not even on this. They all helped her out to make her the Fuuka she is today. She helped. Yeah, she was like a big sister to Ken. She helped him name his move because he couldn't find his special move. She was wonderful to Koro. She took care of him because Mitsuru was feeding him food that you should not feed dogs. I think she taught Igus a lot. Do you remember that this stopped after a while, but I think it was always kind of there. Even after I stopped kind of doing the bit. She was sus of Akihiko. She thought he was out on Saturdays doing drugs or something. She thought he was going dog fighting. Funny stuff. No, it's not over yet, Sis. I just know Mitsuru is guaranteed. Whereas any of these 5, or I guess, could also get in. I want to keep some surprises because I'm just doing them in order. I think Fuuka is a guaranteed top 5 as well. Do I think she's above Mitsuru? I don't actually. I think Mitsuru is better at the moment. I'll think on it more. Akihiko. My guy, my dog. Probably my... Excuse me. I'm burping a lot. It's because I had a Candida dry. Probably my second favorite character in the game overall. I don't think that's changed. I love him. He screams zebra guy kind of. He has a lot of it. He has a lot of the ingredients. And I love him in this playthrough as well. After, I would say... We've done this character quite a few times, and I don't think I'm going to try to not in future, because I think we've done it so well, and I don't want to keep retreading ground. Excuse me. He loves Dragon Ball, guys. But I think we did it differently this time, in that he models himself after the characters. And he became Piccolo after a certain point, which I think was a new spin on it. We had Hendrik in Dragon Quest, who was kind of the original guy who did that, where he was just a Dragon Ball super fan, and very easy for me to write for. So easy. Because I just say things that I would say. And I love it, and it's so easy, and it fits him well, and in his quest for strength. But his whole arc with Shinji and his evolution and all that seemed to lend itself so well to me being like, what if he was like ride or die Piccolo now? Was even more indulgent, and I was like, yes. And I think it was really funny. Like, it was a way to breathe life back into it, because the bit up until then was just like, yeah, him and Junpei like Dragon Ball, and like I could only push that so far. So for him to now be just like delusional, basically, was a funny direction to take him. He was good pals with Super Zeno. I think he confided in him all the time. He always promised him that beef bowl, and they fought a bunch of punks. He loved Junpei, which sort of stemmed... This is funny because I was able to bring this back. Early in the playthrough, he just really liked the boys and their whole like class F thing, and he really wanted to get in on that. And it was never really explained why. He was just like an enthusiastic guy. He was like, yo, I love the new blood, you know, like finally some excitement around here. I got to bring it back around in Kyoto, where we discovered that his class is so boring and awful. Like that the prospect of this new blood that was like fun and exciting was like just what he needed. He's like, finally, a fun class at this school. Like I thought that was fun for him. I talked about the keys bit earlier with Bunkichi. I thought that was a really funny session. And a solid party member, solid character arc. I love his scene with at Shinji's funeral. I still think I like the original more. I know we talked about that, but I thought this one was also really well done. He was the voice actor whose performance I was most worried about early on, but I think he stuck the landing. They all did. I don't dislike any of them. They did a good job recasting them. Where am I going to put him? Let's see. Those are the only two I know need to be up there. I'm going to keep these guys like this for now, and we'll decide top 5 at the end. Whoops. What order do we think this is? It's Yukari second, I think, right? Technically. Or is it? We're doing Junpei next. Junpei Iori. All of C's loved him. I loved... Here was my... If I had to make like a character sheet, or like a character like... I don't know. Like, write down like a script or whatever. I think what I would have written for him was like, just like teenage boy. Like, my goal with him was that he just did all normal, like, teenage boy things, but everybody loved him. I like to think of him as almost like, I approached him with an energy of like Fry from Futurama, kind of. Just very like gung-ho, like kind of stupid, but very charismatic. And like, he just eats junk food, plays video games. He's like, he likes girls. He just goes to school and like fails. Like, yeah, stupid but eager. And for some reason, like, everybody around him loved him, except for Yukari, who was like, what do we see in this guy? Spruzzino was his homie. Igus looked up to him and trusted everything he said. Akihiko thought he was like the funniest guy ever. Mitsuru was in love with him. Fuuka was his friend, like in a very normal way, but like in a nice way. Shinji also kind of was like, what is this guy's deal? But I don't think he disliked him. And then like Ken looked up to him, Koromora liked him, all that. Ikutsuki loved him. He thought his name was Jimmy though. Loved him as much as he could have loved any of them, which was not much. Yeah, no, that is real. That is, they connected on some level. He loved a good sandwich. He loved Jimmy John's. He fell in love with a baddie from Jimmy John's. Except he wasn't from Jimmy John's. But he this is basically like the blue-haired girl. He was walking back from Jimmy John's with this firecracker wrap and he fell in love. He also liked Dragon Ball like Akihiko, but for him I wanted to treat it as like, you know, a teenage boy interest. Whereas with Akihiko I wanted that to be like his character. So he had like a healthy relationship with media. He just liked a bunch of manga and anime and stuff. Yeah. And I think when they were on the beach is when he realized they were not on, like, they were not the same. That was big for them at the beach. That was where there was like a little rift between them for a bit, but then they like got back together and they were fine. These two, this is Kei and Miko Sis. They're from Down to Down. Oh, Sis, this is Ketsuno. Where is she? This is Ketsuno Anna. Yeah, he had his PSP and he was playing Dragon Ball Z Shin Budokai Another Road, and that was big for him, to contrast Yukari's Mega Man 3 on her flip phone. He came in on he came in session 1 and declared Class F, which stuck around till the end and was huge, and I loved it. He was popular in class too. He was friends with Kaz and Kenji. They were like his cronies, kind of, but like off screen. I think he pulled rank in class as well because he was named the illustrious Dr. Spade. Junpei Iori, hell of a guy. He played Halo with Ryoji. Thought that was funny. He was swanky for a bit. Yeah, he used to. Pixel was saying he's like get left behind a bunch, and Fuuka felt bad for him. I'm gonna put him up here with these guys. Where is she? Right here. God. No. Stop it. Wait, actually, no, I like this. Right here. Yeah. Yukari. So I was saying Akihiko is probably my number 2 character in the game. Yukari's my favorite character in Persona 3. In this playthrough, is she? I don't think so, but she's up there. Funny character, like I was saying with Igus. I was worried about her at first. Because session 1, I don't think I had anything with her. And I was like, maybe she gets to be the straight man in this one. Maybe she's the one who calls all the bullshit. Maybe she was the Shinpachi snack of the 4 of them eating the oranges, is what I'm trying to say. Except she was not. She was insane. She evolved very fast thanks to this creature who gave her plenty to springboard off of. I basically invented a bit factory for her, which is great. She had the internet, and she had the internet of the future that no one else had on this device. So I could reference the present. I could reference, you know, whatever. And it really added to the, like, what year is it bit that I think was so constant throughout this. And I think it's funny because I had that trajectory at the beginning of her, like, maybe being the straight man. I was, like, feeling that out. It feels like her getting scotchy is like a descent into madness. Like, it feels like she started sane and comes out of the playthrough insane, which I think is funny. like the rest of them were already crazy. It feels like she became crazy. Which I think is fun. I was doing... This is not, like, totally the case. I wasn't really, like, doing a deep dive, but I was quote-unquote researching current trends quite often to be like, all right, what can I do for Yukari this week? What if she was cottagecore this week? That could be funny. Like... Or what if she was really into, like, making candles? That could be funny. What if she was just, like, addicted to TikTok and, like, trends? So sometimes, like, that would come through. If there was some weird TikTok that got, like, that was, like, going around or something, I would use her to, like, reference that. She probably does love that Forest Restaurant song. I hate to admit it. We have an emote of her. Goss. We got 3 emotes. Her, Stinky, and Kutsuki. And maybe that's not the end of it. I don't know, guys. Oh, we got Scotchy. I don't count Scotchy because it's for everybody. What else? I think the Scotch phone was given to her by her dad. I wrote that to make myself sad. I think he invented it because he worked for the Kirijo group. I think he invented this with the intention of giving it to her someday. And he died, so Mitsuru gave it to her. And she was a humanity's companion. That's what I call her. And also, I think one of the most magical moments of the playthrough for me was like the most like Zabrag cinema. Like, is there a script? Is the morphogenetic field real? Was at the end of her social link, she gives you the phone strap, and I felt my soul leave my body. I had forgotten that was what she did. And when she did it, I was like, oh my god. That is her rank 10 item, is the phone strap. I mean, you can't beat that. Like, Wheel of Fortune was huge. She watched it with Shinji and became, again, like, I think he was like, yeah, she's chill. She's definitely, like, he was at the point where he was like scoping out the group kind of to see who he can hang with. Because he already knew these two and he already knew they were nuts. I mean, he was friends with them obviously, but he was like, I need someone chill. And they were hanging out back at the dorm and they were watching Wheel of Fortune together. And he's like, this girl's normal. Cool. And then she started talking about how her phone was a person. and she started talking about how she had caught up on Wheel. And he was like, back to the drawing board, but it, you know, we can be friends. She's really bad at it too. Yeah, she has the episode guide. She has a thread. She has a Zebra Gintama-esque thread where there are 2,000 posts in it. 2 billion posts that are just screenshots of Wheel of Fortune and her in real time trying to solve the puzzle. Yeah, and Junpei would pass through and be like, maybe like a Modern Family? Score! Oh, and it was also important to note that after Wheel of Fortune, the two of them would stick around and watch Jeopardy to make fun of the nerds. They did not watch Jeopardy to watch it. I think like Fuuka would come down and be like, "Oh, Jeopardy, can I watch?" And she would immediately realize how toxic the environment was and go back to her room. Also, Snack, I love that. Akihiko standing like the dad. I can picture that. This dorm, the thing about C's, this dorm is very lived in. I think we did a good job making it feel lived in. She's definitely top 5 now that after talking about that, I'm putting her up here. Was there anything I forgot? Oh! Important. This is very relevant to Super Zeno, actually. So this is fine. This is a good segue. I need to talk about the romance arc. And this is a great example, guys, of how good it was that... Did we finish the playlist? Whoa. Okay, that's never happened. Whatever. Hold on. Watch this. Boom. Now I'm just going to put on Persona 3 radio or something. What the tie? Chill music. Yeah.
Welcome back.
No, welcome back. Don't welcome back. Okay. We're almost here. Brazil Lemon. Okay, I was about to talk about the romance arc. Because it's relevant to the girls here that we just finished talking about. A great example of how... Why did I not start the playlist over? Because you'd have to like see me do that and you'd see all my... don't worry about it. If I X out the mini player, it becomes the big player and it freezes and I have to redo the layout. A great example of how this being the Gintama playthrough enhanced the playthrough. Because right around the time that all this drama was happening, I was watching an arc in Gintama where this is happening. Literally like 1-to-1. Maybe in reverse. But 1-to-1. And so I was feeling very inspired to approach all of this in a level-headed way and maybe stir up some drama and keep you guessing what's Spruzzino gonna do. I mean, like, is Yuko the one? Like, did he make a mistake? Is there a rift between them? Does she hate him? Is he gonna go for Yukari? She's really, like, into him. She's, like, giving him big hints. Maybe it's Fuuka. Or maybe it's the new player, Mitsuru. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I had 2 possible endings in mind. I didn't know which one I was gonna go for. I had 2 endings in mind. The Yuko ending, or the thruple. I thought it would be funny, maybe. And then I was like, no, I can't do it. I don't have the guts. Partly because these 2 didn't interact ever, so there was like nothing there. I couldn't write that to be funny that late in the playthrough. Or I didn't think I could. So I played it straight. We turned her down. Fuuka was never interested. And we mistook Mitsuru's intentions. She was actually into Junpei Iori. And Spruzzino made it out alive, and Aigis was just his best friend. And Spruzzino made it out alive. And he did well. But now let's talk about him. Get it! He's my boy. I think this is the best character name I've come up with. I think it beats even Skuzechi. I think it's because he has a first and last name. Saying Spruzzino Limone is so funny. It is a nice one. It makes me feel bad to say no. I wrote a way to make it not said. What is... Oh, okay. Alright. Interesting. Yeah, no, she puts it all out there. It's pretty sad. Something really funny about Spruzzino. Something that characterized him heavily was basically just like something that I didn't intend to be like a character thing, but I did it so often as like almost like a tick that it became his character, was going to the bathroom. I just did it like for fun because it's like, oh, it's fun to go into the bathroom a bunch. I did it a bunch that first session. And then as it went on, I started noticing I was doing it, and I was like, I guess Spruzzino just has a very active bladder, maybe. Or maybe he has like IBS or something. He's always in there. He's always got to go. And he comes out a different man. Is the thing. He always goes in there before his big decisions. And he comes out focused. And I think that's like a funny thing for him. I definitely associate him. No, I'll talk about this later, actually. This is another thing. This isn't a tonight thing. I was about to say something else, but we'll save it. As far as his character, I like to think he is much like P3 main character, pretty laid back. However, some people can bring out other sides of him. I think around C's, he's very chill. However, Yuko brings out fear. Yeah, Rita did well. Yo, what's up, new artist? I think Yuko brings out fear, but also love. I think Kaz brings out a little bit of spitefulness. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. His charisma is slightly more intentional. He brings out a bit of spite. I think Blue Scrunchy brings out his annoying side. Absolutely. And I feel like Igor brings out his ego a little. And I feel like there's another big one. It might be... Gourmet King brings something out. He brings something out, whatever it is. He was different around him. And Ketsuno brings out his simp side for sure. But otherwise, I think he's a pretty chill guy. He plays off his team. He knows how to deal with these people. Well, we'll see where he lands. He knows how to deal with all these guys. And that is his... I was gonna say, this word is ruined. That is his forte. Is he knows how to navigate people. He's a social chameleon. He's willing to hear anybody out, unless you're Reporter Hanano. And that is Spruzzino Lamone. He just wants to vibe through life. He just wants to do the things that make him happy. He doesn't want to infringe on what makes others happy. But he doesn't really understand the need to worry about most things. Unless it's Yuko. She makes him worry. I think that's what shakes him up so much about her. That she was the first person to make him feel that way. The other thing about Spruzzino is that he is able to reel in a situation, and he's also able to make it more stupid and chaotic. I think he can both enable these people, and he can also talk them down a little. I think he has to do that around Fuuka all the time. I think he gives her so many pep talks. I think he just lets Yukari do what she wants sometimes. Mitsuru, he changed her life so much. Junpei, he's his bro. Agus taught her everything she knows. They're best friends. Akihiko, he can confide in him over anything. Shinji thinks he's chill, that kind of deal, like Kutsuki. Yeah, sure. Loves Koromaru. Koromaru wants attention from him. And Ken, he's a big brother figure to him. And Elizabeth, you know how she is. He knows how to deal with her. And Scotchy has a crush on half of the guys. I think Scotchy liked each of the guys at one point. But where do I put Spruzzino? That's a great question. He's hard to place. I have always been bad at placing my main characters. Because I don't know where I want to put them. Ever. God! That was always fun to do as well. This really comes down to who's my top 5. Is Spruzzino in it? Yeah. I hope I talked about everything I wanted to talk about also. I think I did. I think, I'm looking at them now, and I think Spruzzino clocks in S. Number 6. Because I think in the top 5, I'm going to put I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do. This is it. I think this is it. Is it? I'm torn between the trio of boys, honestly. I think it could be any of these three. Junpei was so versatile. I think that's why he's here. Also, there was I forgot, there was a point where Junpei, like, Freakazoid broke the fourth wall. Where he Freakazoid, like, talked to the audience. I'm putting him here. Yeah. He always bounced back. That was funny. I think this is it. Now, my actual ranking of the characters is probably more like, I don't think Mitsuru this high, but she's pretty, she has moved up a little, I think. And Akutsuki's not up here. But otherwise, it's like fairly similar. Akihiko's up here. So I think we did good. I think it all turned out pretty well. That's it. Hell of a playthrough. Easily one of my favorites I've ever done. Stay tuned for where it ranks next week. I'm excited to talk less about this and more about everything else because we just talked about this. So I probably won't have to say much. Akihiko, Junpei, Fuuka, Ibis, Mitsuru. You got 4 of them. Well met. I love this game. I love this playthrough. I definitely went into this playthrough. I wanted to play it for a very long time on the channel. And when the remake got announced, I was very excited. I also went into it very nervous, actually, with like almost like a pressure because I knew a lot was riding on it. Like for me personally, just kind of like because I wanted to do it for someone. I wanted it to be special, and I'm glad I think it turned out special. I think you guys enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I made a lot of fun content for it. I put a lot of effort into it. And now that we're entering the answer, I'm going to invoke Gintama one more time, and we are going into our Gintama we have no budget, like into our Gintama we have no budget era. And I think that's going to be just as fun of an energy for us. I think that's going to be just as fun. I'm looking forward to the answer. I'm really excited. I'm excited to have these same characters minus our boy. With a more jaded, like, we're just playing Tartarus every week kind of energy. I think it has potential to be fun. And if it isn't, we already had the great playthrough, so it's fine. I'm genuinely excited to see what they did in the answer. There's one thing I am aware of that they changed that I'm not looking forward to. They were cowards, and that's all I'm going to say. I know that they were cowards. That's what I know about the answer. Because I know a lot of people were not happy about a certain plot point. So I'm bummed about that, but maybe it won't be as bad as people on the internet are making it out to be. Because that's also always a thing. Maybe it's subtle, and it's just for the people who overanalyze. I think it'll be fun. We have a new character. She might suck. I don't know. I don't have any ideas for her, so let's see what happens. Don't plan bits. Haven't heard about it. They softened a character. I think you can probably tell what I mean by saying that. Marie at home. She might be Marie at home. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's going to be starting up in 2 weeks. 3 weeks. Oh my god, the answer's still a ways out. Next week, we are doing the stream ranking that I've been planning for like over a year now. Really excited to do that. I have some fun stuff planned for us. We have a whole big block to do that. I believe. Snack, you're working next weekend, is that true? I didn't like schedule this wrong, did I? We got the big block for that, I'm pretty sure. That's how I planned to schedule it. I'm gonna reveal to you right now, since I have you all here. We're gonna be ranking the streams, and the fun little side tier list we're gonna do. We are gonna rank the face cams. That's gonna be the side playlist or tier list. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I've been collecting them. I have a very fun way to present them, I think, because it's hard to put them on the tier list. So I have a fun way to present them, and I just have to put that together. We're basically ready to go. I just need to put together layouts, and we're ready. I have fun stats for us. Fun stats to present. Most of the rest of what I'm doing is what a lot of you guys have done and brought to the table since I've last done it. I have a document ready to go with like stream titles and stuff as a good visual guide. I've liked that idea. So I've collected all of our info for us. But that'll be fun. I think the new top 5 is going to be very interesting. Because I think it's a lot different than what it was in the past. And that's all I'll say. I think we have some strong contenders. And I would be surprised if we come out with something that resembles the old. But I don't know for sure. But I think it's a safe assumption. Which is cool. What I love about doing the stream rankings is that it kind of like it's a way for me to look at like what I'm doing and being like, yeah, I still got it, or like I still got Steam. Like I can still put out something that I would consider a banger, and I think that's fun and reassuring. And that's it. I don't have much else to say tonight. Again, hell of a playthrough. We'll never do a game this long again. I've said that so many times though, and we always do it anyway, so I don't know, what's the next long game? Woo. Yeah. I'll clean this up a little and post it. We didn't get to do the Theurgy ranking, but the best one is Junpei 2. Aegis 2. Mitsuru 1. Shinji. And like Akihiko 2. And I like all of Spazuno's. I don't know, that's my... Oh, best in effectiveness? No, it's like Scarlet Havoc and Ken. Those are the two best ones. And like Shinji. And I would say Tranquility, but Tranquility is the worst one. It represents something nice for her. But it's a very boring animation, I think. It's the weakest one. That's it. I'll see you guys on Sunday for the finale of Torna. That's another big end of an era type thing for us. Cool stuff, cool stuff. Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.